just a hair.
Well, a very pleasant good evening. You're watching the Southside Mavericks on the Maverick Sports Network. Tonight we're in Russellville to take on the Russellville Cyclones. I'm Keith Evans, along with my broadcast partner, Terrell King. We'll be calling the action tonight. And it's going to be an interesting night, Terrell, as we're going to be doing this game from outside. So we're going to have a lot of outside interference here. But what a great night for football.
It really is. We were just talking about it a minute ago. Didn't bring our jacket, so it's kind of nice that it's still summertime here close to November.
You look at this Maverick team, though, they really have had probably their worst ball game of the season last week as they fell to Van Buren 42-28. But I was kind of going back, kind of crunching the numbers just a bit. Southside, from the second half of Shiloh Christian to about mid-third quarter at Van Buren, was outscored 70-zip. And, the one thing that I look at, there's one common denominator for Southside. Southside's got a good team. They just it's the turnovers, the penalties, the mistakes that they make is what kept these guys from being where they could be. Instead of being 0-4, they could easily be maybe 2-2, 3-1.
Yeah, and we were feeling earlier in the season pretty good about the turnover ratio, but like you said, in the last couple games, man, it's kind of flip-flop gone the other way. And then to your point, I mean, those penalties, I mean, not as much a drive killer for us, but how many times did it extend, the opponent's drives? That hurts pretty bad too when you're keeping the other team on the field with penalties. So hope to clean that up tonight.
Well, it's kind of been a theme all year, even in the games that Southside won, the non-conference games. It seemed like we had the penalties and kind of had to deal with that. So, you hope Southside to – that game last week, you would kind of think Southside's probably going to come off that field pretty mad with the way things went last week. So what you hope for tonight is maybe the Mavs will come out with a chip on their shoulder.
Well, that's it. And I mean, if it gives you a little bit more focus, then maybe it's a good thing. But, you hope you come out here and like you said, you want to play lights out, get on the board early. And, that's kind of been my motto is, hit them often and hit them early.
Yeah, and you look at Southside, too. I was just kind of, when I crunched the numbers and everything, one thing that's hurt Southside this year, and it's just because of the inexperience. I think the offensive line, some of the teams like Mountain Home exploited it with, kind of changing up the game that they were running and everything, and, on the defense. And then, as you talked about 2 weeks ago, Shiloh really loading up that right side. Then last week we saw Van Buren coming with those outside blitzes. I think Southside's going to see a ton of that rest of the season.
Yeah, I do too. I think you're going to see a lot of pressure come from those corners. And, it's always tough, but you talk about crunching some numbers. One of the numbers I was looking at earlier, it's tough when you get behind, but we've had a couple of games that we've been up 3 scores. We always thought that was the magic number. You get up 3 scores, you win the ball game, and it just hadn't happened for us. And to your point about the offensive line, it's a pretty young line right now, but the one thing I noticed crunching the numbers was that the last couple of years, you've had a couple of guys in the backfield that by this point in the season, they've got well over 500 yards. Right now, we got a couple of guys that are getting close to 500, so that's kind of telling to me when we talk about crunching the numbers.
Well, and that was key the last couple of weeks of Southside, the inability to run the football because it puts you in some, we always talk about being ahead of the chains, and Southside obviously wasn't ahead of the chains the last couple of weeks, and always said that'd be a key tonight. But this is an important ball game for the Mavs tonight. If you have any aspirations of making the playoffs, right now I'd say Van Buren probably with their victory last week is going to get that 5th seed. Well, depending on what them and Russellville, if they end up tying, if it's a 3-way tie for Southside, they need to outscore Russellville by 8 points and then get those 13 points on Sideline 2 weeks.
In a couple weeks, yeah. I mean, we're kind of trying to figure out exactly how that plays out, and I think you're dead on. Spot on, right when it comes to the math on it. I think you got to get 8-point win tonight, and then you got to turn around and get your 13-point win at the end of the season. So still got a lot of work to do this year.
Yeah, just take care of business tonight as Rodrigo Hernandez will kick off for the Mavs. Mavs won the toss, deferred to the second half. The ball will be returned by Jeriah Brown. He's going to be hit, and there's a nice defensive play over there. That is Maddox Perez over there making the play for Southside. Good start on the special teams for the Mavs. But I think it's going to be a game, too, though, Terrell. We talk about playing 4 quarters, but I think it's a game, too, where the Mavs will definitely have to have a chip on their shoulder tonight.
Yeah, I think you want to get a big 3-and-out right here, set the tone and, get in that end zone as soon as possible.
Yeah, it'll be kind of interesting to see what kind of defense Southside plays tonight. We noticed last week they played a lot of soft coverage last week, and, Van Buren was able to take advantage of that and get that pass out. And, it eliminates the big plays, but also there's a possibility for the big plays too, because you can, make a guy miss a tackle and it goes the other way.
Well, and I think Coach kind of talked about it too. It's like you can play a soft coverage if you got a lot of pressure on the quarterback, but what we kept seeing, last week was you're playing soft coverage in the back end, and then, you're playing a 3-man rush, and you're not getting much pressure on the quarterback, and that's a tough combination right there. If you don't get some hands in his face, he's going to make those plays.
There's the quarterback Luke Jones on the carry. Braxton Youngblood there to make the play for them. Mavs brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 9. Getting one back in the backfield, and they'll bring a man in motion. It'll be a stack formation. Going to throw a swing pass out. Actually, it's a lateral. Southside reacts to it very well, and they're going to get him in the backfield again on a nice defensive play for the Mavs, though. I believe that's big old number 55 for Daniel Morales. They're making the play for the Southside defense.
Good little start. That's what everybody was asking about earlier.
Also, Joe Kincannon over there for the Mavs.
Yeah.
Bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 8 for Russellville. Actually, 3rd and 9. They've got the ball on the 20-yard line.
Well, we were talking about it really more last year than anything, but you hate for your safety to be your leading tackler. But if he's tackling him in the backfield, I'd take it.
Going to be an option play here. Going to get the pitch out, and they're going to hit him. A good job by Southside reading the option and then going after the play. Again, that was Daniel Morales over there for the Mavs.
Yeah, they played that one just right.
On the carry. Daniel Morales on the tackle. Gain of 2.
Bring up 4th down, 4th and about 6 to go here. Going to force a punt.
Down and 5.
People be wondering, me and the PA guy are about a yard off.
Yeah.
A little home cooking there. Here's the punt back deep for the Mavs. I believe that's Wilson Key. Key will take it at the Southside 44-yard line. That's where the Mavs will have their opening drive of the night at the 44-yard line. Good field position, and also a very good job by the Southside defense coming up, getting that stop, only giving up 4 yards.
No return.
Yeah, that's how you drew it up.
1st down and 10 Southside at the Maverick 44-yard line.
Charles, you go back to Southside, too. The one game I thought the Southside, they had a couple of mistakes in it, but probably the most complete game as far as the conference season was definitely the Lake Hamilton game.
Oh, yeah.
They played it well, had a chance to win that at the end. And
well, lost by less than the field goal, right?
yes, and actually had a field goal at the end. Here's a handoff to Joaquin Fox. There's a nice hole off the left side, going to get about 6 yards. Bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 4. You got Blake Forsgren in at quarterback for the Mavs, back in the lineup.
Gain of 6.
Well, we were talking about Joaquin running between the tackles and hadn't really seen much success on it, but, man, that right there is kind of his game.
Well, that was a good job, too, by the left side of the offensive line. Really getting a nice hole there to give him a little bit to work with. Bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 4. As Forsgren wants to throw the ball. The ball's going to be complete. And
Complete.
I believe that's our man, Peyton Zimmerman, on the catch. That was a good pass, too. He actually threw that into double coverage.
Ron Brown defending on
But he put enough on it to where he was able to get the completion. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Mavs at the Russellville 40-yard line. Almost 3 minutes into the ball game here, no score. First possession for the Mavs. Cyclones went 3 and out on their first possession. Forsgren, we got a whistle on the play and got a flag.
Oh, there's a laser on the field, Keith. They better cut that out.
illegal procedure against the Mavericks. 5-yard penalty. First down and 15 at the 45-yard line.
No, we're not in Poto, Oklahoma. That's where they do the laser.
Well, I just saw a laser like pointer, like somebody messing around.
Yeah, I knew when Alma would go over there and play that.
Yeah.
They would return punts and they'd try to stick the laser in their eyes.
That's what I thought happened right there. I thought they were going to actually call it on it's like a sideline.
Got time to throw the ball here. There's an open Wilson Key. Catches the ball inside the 35. Will find his way to about the 34-yard line. Good pickup, and give credit to the offensive line, too, doing a great job of giving Forsgren time to set up in the pocket, step up into the pocket, make the completion. Brings up second down, 2nd and 3.
Forsgren's come out throwing strikes. That's good to see. When he's on, he's pretty much unstoppable. Definitely tough to defend.
You got a run-pass option here on 2nd down, 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff to Fox up the middle. Not going to be much there. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 3.
Joaquin Fox on the carry.
And obviously here you're in 4-down territory. Are you a little surprised, though, that when they run those plays and you see the defense really kind of stack it up, that maybe you want to have Jaden Webb trying to run that ball, get a little more size in there?
Well, I think it's nice that you can put Jaden Webb out there as a receiver. We've kind of seen what he can do, and he's pretty dangerous out there, but kind of wonder about running that one up the gut.
Forsgren had a wide open receiver. That's Joaquin Fox at the 15, 10, down to the 7-yard line. That's a great job by Blake Forsgren. First of all, he faked the pass, brought it back in, rolled to his right. He had Joaquin Fox. I was just thinking, I hope he sees him on the sideline because he is wide open.
There was nobody around him. And that's what I was about to say. Give Fox some credit on that one because, man, he figured out the weak spot in the defense, and he set up there. He was ready.
And we've got an injured player. With that injury, let's go ahead and take a timeout. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
Family. It's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for, the folks who inspire us, guide us, root for us. Family means finding common ground, rolling up our sleeves, and making our way side by side. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in our family.
Between life, work, and family, sometimes the person that you need to take care of the most is you.
At Fort Smith Therapy Health and Wellness, you're never alone. Through our counseling, we can help you regain control of your emotions, mental health, and life. We provide both face-to-face and virtual therapy services. Whether it's for your child, family, or yourself, Fort Smith Therapy is here to help your true self shine through.
Schedule your appointment today with Fort Smith Therapy Health and Wellness.
Welcome back to Cyclone Stadium. Be first and goal for the Mavs at the 6-yard line. A nice opening drive for Southside. This will be the 6th play of their opening drive. They start at their own 43-yard line. A couple of nice pass completions from Blake Forsgren to Peyton Zimmerman and then to Joaquin Fox out of the backfield. And Terrell, you were talking about this earlier, that Joaquin Fox can be a real asset out of the backfield. He catches the ball. He's very elusive.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell between the tackles, he just doesn't quite have that 240-pound frame. But, man, when you get him out in open space, he's dangerous.
First and goal for the Mavs. Forsgren looks to throw. He's got time. Will roll to his left. Looks to throw the ball, throws the ball incomplete. That's a good job. Tried to get the ball to, I believe that was Peyton Zimmerman coming across. Good coverage by the Cyclone defense, brings up 2nd down. And I like what he did, though, instead of maybe forcing something. And you had a receiver crossing over back to the post. He's running against his body. That's a dangerous pass. I like what he did, just throwing the ball at the feet of Zimmerman.
Yeah, he actually, I think he saw him over there. He had Fox open on that wheel route out there, but, you know, he had that pressure right in his face from the right side, so had to turn the field.
2nd goal. Here's a keeper by Forsgren up the middle. He's going to fight his way down to about the 3-yard line. Bring up 3rd and goal from the 3. Actually, I'll spot him at the 4-yard line.
Forsgren on the carry. Gain of 2.
Going to gain 2 on the play.
Goal at the Cyclone 4-yard line.
I like what they're doing too, though, letting Forsgren roll out and try to get open and, you know, make some things happen. Give his receivers a chance to maybe run the patterns because obviously you don't have a lot of room to run your patterns. Bring up 3rd down, 3rd and goal for the Mavs. This is a series, though, Terrell. I think you need to get 6 here.
You do. You'll take 3 if you need to, but.
Forsgren looks, I throw the end zone, going to be incomplete and almost intercepted. That was Malachi Varnell. Tapped the ball away.
That's one thing you say about Forsgren, though, man. He can throw a bullet, man.
Southside going to have to attempt a field goal here, and that's kind of been what's kind of been the problem for the Mavs lately has been the fact that been a lot of inability to really run that football, and that's kind of what happened on this series. Did a good job of passing, getting themselves in the situation to do things.
Well, and you touched on it. I mean, you get in that red zone, and it gets tight.
The 21-yard
Field goal's no good by Rodrigo Hernandez. That's not the kind of start you want for the Mavs.
No, it looked like they may have got a fingertip on that one. It is straight enough.
Folks, remember, tonight's sponsor of the game is Fort Smith Mental Therapy. Hey, you know, sometimes you just need someone to talk to. Let the experts help. It's a good drive nonetheless for the Mavs, an 8-play drive. But you got to get those points. You can't leave those points out there, and that's what Southside did. And
yeah, those can turn into big possessions.
well, it tends to kind of make you wonder, too, as the game goes on as to how much confidence they'll have in Hernandez as far as kicking field goals, and might put him in 4-down territory where normally you might try a field goal. Jones wants to throws the ball out. It's going to be complete, and he's going to come all the way across the field. A good job by Southside reacting there. That's Jesus Perez on the catch.
Gain of 1.
He'll get 1 on the play, bring up second down, 2nd and 9 for the Cyclones. Southside doing a great job so far, Terrell, of really reacting to the plays, and Perez came back across the field. They forced him back to the other side, and he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, actually gain a yard, brings up second down, 2nd and 9. Here's going to be an inside handoff, and he's going to get across the 25, maybe to the 26. Let's see if they want to spot him.
Ladarius Prince on the carry.
Spot him right at the 25. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 5.
4. 3rd down and 5. Cyclones at the 25-yard line.
Got Ladarius Prince in the backfield along with Luke Jones. 2 receivers split either side of the field. And we're going to have a 5-yard penalty. That's one of those ones where
Pre-snap penalty.
not much you can do. That was big old number 72, Anthony Carrillo, who jumps into the neutral zone.
The offense, 5-yard penalty.
Well, I think it was Youngblood. He's a couple steps off the line, and he jumped up like he was taking off, and it's just kind of how you drew that one up if you're a Southside fan.
Bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 10. Southside's got a sophomore, Xavier Safer, in the ball game at nose guard. Jones wants to throw. Here comes the heat. He's going to take it deep down the field. It's going to be incomplete, and we're going to have a late flag.
Jones pass incomplete. Flag on the play.
I think it's going to be a hold. That's what they're going to call.
I was going to say it couldn't really be PI.
Holding against the defense.
There you go.
Looked like he might have had a grab on the way by just to slow him down.
And that results in a Russellville Cyclone first down.
And there goes the thing that we talked about. And I'll tell you a funny story about that, too, about the Russellville Cyclone first down. Actually, no, it was Van Buren they were doing that. We were so far ahead, nobody would say first down when they got a first down. So you got to be careful when you decide you want to run that. So be 1st and 10 at their 30-yard line. And that's a play, too, is you can't get those penalties. Got to get off that field 3rd and 10.
That's it. Extended the drive for him.
Trying to set a tunnel screen up. And there's Southside reacting. That's Don Parkinson going to hit him. And
Daywan Ford. Gain of 3.
Going to gain 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd down. That was Daywan Ford on the catch. A good job by Parkinson reacting to the deep. Actually, it was 2 Mavericks there that reacted to the play. Southside doing a good job really moving around and reacting, and actually doing a really good job so far playing those lanes, not letting anybody, get that outside, respecting the speed of Russellville.
Well,
2nd down, 2nd and 7.
Van Buren kind of chewed us up with some of those screens last week. It's good to see we figured out.
Going to do a rollout here. Going to throw the ball. It's going to be complete over the middle. We'll get up to the 49-yard line.
Jones complete.
This big old number 47, Nicholas Hallmark on the catch.
First down and 10.
That was Miles Selby there for the Mavs. Again, though, Terrell, it goes back. This is a makings of a decent drive here for the Cyclones, but it goes back to the holding penalty on the south side. You had 3rd down, 3rd and 10. you get the penalty, keep them on the field. So Southside defense needs to stiffen up here. They're going to run a handoff. That's going to be a quarterback keeper by Jones. Going to get into Southside territory down to the Southside 44-yard line. Nice gain of 7 on the play.
Gain of 7, second down and 3 at the Maverick 44-yard line.
But that plays with your psyche, though, with what's gone on this since the conference season has started for the Mavs. You have a nice opening drive, get down to the opponent's 3-yard line, miss a field goal, and then come back on defense. You get a penalty on 3rd and long, and, you know, it just kind of makes it tough sometimes. Here's a handoff to the back. He's a big back. He's going to get the first down as he crosses down to about the 40-yard line. We'll have a first down.
Magnus Golden on the carry, and that's another Russellville Cyclone.
Well, and you bring up psyche. I got to feel like that gets in your psyche a little bit too when you about had them off the field and you kind of keep their drive alive, and then they come back and start running those big thumpers against you and getting that first down the hard way.
Well, he was definitely a north and south runner. Kind of reminded me of the kid that played for Shiloh. He was able to run the ball down. Here's another handoff to the inside. He's going to get maybe about 2 yards. That's Ladarius Prince on the carry. I believe that was 52 for Southside getting off the field. Xavier Saffer along with Dominic Parkinson for the Mavs. Brings it up to second down, 2nd and 8. We're down to 2:23 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Jones working out of the pistol formation. Has a handoff to the running back, and he bounces to the outside, and Parkinson's going to hit him, but he's going to have another first down. So he'll push the pile inside the 30-yard line.
And that's enough for another Russellville Cyclone. That first down brought to you by Phil.
Well, I don't want to sound too much like John Madden, but, you know, we're getting some really good penetration right now. I mean, we're in the backfield about every snap.
Well, you got to look at
bouncing off of us.
Yeah, Ladarius Prince. He's 5'5". They hit him high, and I mean, sometimes that's all you can do. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, be 1st and 10 at the Southside 25-yard line. This will be the 9th play of this drive that started at a Cyclone 20. Here's another handoff heading to the outside. It's going to get positive yardage inside the 25-yard line down to about the 23-yard line, where Ethan Dunn is down there for the Mavs.
Derek Lacey on the tackle.
Bring up second down, 2nd and 5. And they're doing a lot of things, too, that what Southside was able to do, too. They're able to be able to run the football like Van Buren did last week and Shiloh the week before, as Jones wants to throw the ball, has a wide open receiver into the end zone, touchdown.
Touchdown, Cyclone. Jones to Magnus
Well,
Golden.
Dominic, he was in pretty good position, but he got caught peeking in the backfield.
That touchdown sponsored by Centennial Bank.
Well, again, too, though, it comes down to the fact you had a chance to get off the field. You get the penalty, and then I'll tell you, sometimes when it rains, it pours. It's going to see. You're going to find out now what this Southside team is made of. If
the extra point is up and in.
Well, you know me, Keith. I'm going to be that guy that says we're going to march the field. We're going to stick it in the end zone. New ball game.
Well, you're the only guy I know that actually breaks it down into
minutes.
Yeah.
Per score.
Yeah, and I actually kind of like that too. I think that's a good thing to do. Because
I always started doing that when I started thinking, how do you take a hopeless situation and break it down into a way that you can understand that there is a way to win, you know? Because ultimately that's what we're trying to do. The goal is to win, so what do you have to do to win, you know?
Well, this team is pretty easy. Lay off the penalties, no turnovers, run the football.
Yeah. Run it until you can't, and then run it one more time to make sure.
Stop by the Cyclone Red Booster Club booth and purchase all your Cyclone merchandise.
I still feel like we're going to get us a little run back here.
Athletics.
Bo Mosley will be your kicker. Actually, it's not Bo Mosley, but it's number 23. It's kind of hard to see those numbers. That's Briley Doughton. Actually, it's 27. Jesus Perez. Very impressive drive, though, by the Cyclones.
Yeah, they started getting about 5 yards a carry.
Here's going to be a short kick that will be fielded. That's Maddox Perez. So that's what you call hit. That was Jerron Brown down there to make the play.
I believe maybe next time signal fair catch on that one.
On the tackle for Russellville.
They've came in with a different strategy, too. I don't know the leg of Perez, but it looked like they were trying to kick it short to keep the ball away from Peyton Zimmerman.
Well, and to kind of quote one of your old sayings, you know, that was that old chip shot. Looked like a golf chip shot. That thing was way up there, hung up there for a long time.
It's been the second drive for them. Mavs had a nice opening drive as they ran 8 plays from their 43-yard line and missed a field goal inside the 10-yard line. Actually inside the 5. Here's a pass going to be complete. Going to lose about 3 yards. Nice defensive play over there by Bo Mosley.
Bo Mosley on the tackle.
Bring up second down, 2nd and 13.
Forsgren's completion, loss of 4.
Bring up second down, 2nd and 14.
Now that you mentioned that about you and the PA guy being off by a yard, I'm noticing it. It's that home cooking, Keith.
Well, he's actually got the ball. It's actually spotted at the 22, so, yeah, it'll be about 14. Yeah,
they backed it up another yard on you.
Forsgren wants to throw the ball, throws the ball. It's going to be intercepted. Ty Groff on the interception. Gets it down inside the 25-yard line. Well, when it rains, it pours. I'll tell you what I will say about this Southside team. When they decide to make mistakes, they kind of line it up and kind of get it going, I guess. I don't know.
Do it in a hurry.
Yeah. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Southside 22-yard line. We saw that last week, too, Terrell. You had the fumble by Webb. Gave for Van Buren a quick touchdown, and then the pass interception run back to the 12-yard line. 2 quick touchdowns. You just can't do that. And I'll tell you, I hate to say this, 12 seconds into the first quarter, Southside's already getting a desperate mode here.
Well, you hope the defense, you know, they're not going to have to be out there very long right here. So hopefully they pin their ears back and go get him.
Jones wants to throw the ball. He wants to throw the ball to the corner. It's going to be complete. And there's Jordan McDaniel knocks him out of bounds. Less of Darius Prince on the catch.
And that first down brought to you by Phil Wright Auto Play.
I like a place, though, that they have, I guess, everything sponsored here.
Everything. Every play, every single play is sponsored.
You take that money where you can get it. First and goal for the Cyclones at the 7-yard line. A nice pass play on a wheel route to Prince. Here's a handoff to Prince up the middle. And there's Southside defense gets him to the outside, but he breaks the tackle. Will get to about the 6-yard line. Good pursuit by Southside.
That will be the final play of the first quarter.
I think that's Derek Lacey in on that.
Yeah, that was Derek
again.
Lacey on the play, and that's going to be into the first quarter. At the 1 quarter, Southside trails 7-zip. Be back with the start of the second quarter after this. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
The story of our family business starts back in 1878 when our ancestors set in Old Town Van Buren and set up shop. We have been providing quality work, craftsmanship, and finest materials available on time-honored international license. Providing quality service to River Valley for 6 generations.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Welcome back as we start the second quarter. It'll be second down, 2nd and goal for the Cyclones at the Southside 6-yard line. And Terrell, it started out really good for the Mavs. They get a nice opening drive, get it down to the 3-yard line. have to attempt a field goal that is no good, and then you get the big penalty on third down, which would have got you back off the field. Cyclones have a really nice drive, 10 plays, 80 yards for the touchdown. Then Blake Forsgren interception sets up the Cyclones to get good. They'll start this drive on the Southside 22-yard line. Now have second goal from the 6. Here's a kicker by Luke Jones up the middle. He's going to fight his way down to the goal line, and they'll spot him just short at the 1-yard line.
Here's your play right here, Keith.
They got some size they're bringing in. I was looking. That's big old Aiden Terry, 220-pound guy. I suspect he'll probably be the one that has the carry here. Let's see.
Cyclones have third down and goal at the Maverick 1-yard line.
They'll spot the ball right at the 1-yard line. And Southside have been pretty stingy against Shiloh, really making them work to get the points. So they'll bring Terry in as a blocker. No, actually he's going to play fullback with James in the backfield, dotting the I. And it's a handoff to Terry. He's going to fight his way forward. And good job by the Southside defense. They'll hold him out of the end zone.
What are they going to do, Keith? They going to go right here?
Oh, you go right here.
I don't see a kicker coming in.
So I got a kid 220 pounds. I'm going back to that again.
Well, do you not jump off sides right here on purpose?
Well,
they can't get a first down. I mean, just keep doing it until you maybe get a break.
You know, the funny thing, you say that, and then I laugh. I think of that Shiloh group we had out there, and if you got off sides, they'd probably mark it in the end zone.
That's right.
Actually, I think he might have lost half a yard on the play again. 4th and goal here for the Cyclones. Jones takes a snap. Jones is going to keep it here, fires his way down into the end zone, touchdown.
Touchdown, Russellville. Luke Jones. That touchdown brought to you by Centennial Bank.
Well, you know, the only thing that does, Keith, just makes it a little tougher. That's all.
Perez will be in for the extra point. We've got 10:28 to go here. Southside now trails 13-zip. Ball is down. Your kick is up. Kick is good.
Extra point by Jesus Perez is good, and your score.
Southside now trails 14-zip. Again, with 10:28 to go here. I guess one way to look at it, Terrell, is the fact that we had all those games where we got off to quick starts, and now we've had 2 ball games where we've struggled to get anything going. So
hopefully it flips the script for us.
Special thanks to Lane Physical Therapy Center for providing sports medicine coverage tonight. Special thanks to Mike Hilton, head athletic trainer, Cameron Lane, physical therapist, Dr. Chad Masters from Millard Henry Clinic, and also thanks to Dr. Bruce Brown.
Well, the thing is right now, Terrell, that, again, you're also in a situation, you're down 14-zip, but you could go down. Southside show they were able to move the football, so if you can go down and get some points here, get back in the ball game, get your defense. You know, it's hard to come out on the field after the interception, 22 yards away to come out and get a stop. The defense fought hard, forced them to 4 downs to get in the end zone, so they, you know, they were giving the effort. It's just hard to keep them out when you're that close.
Well, the silver lining there is they weren't out there long enough to really wear them down. You know, that's one thing we always kind of harp on is when that offense turns that ball over, it just means that defense got to go play again. You know, they got to go spend more time out on the field defending, and man, at least you ain't got to worry about them getting worn out on that one.
Well, I know this. I'm looking for number 4 if I'm the Southside special teams after he came down and doing a little head hunting on that last one. As here's a kick by Perez. It's going to be the same thing. He's calling a fair catch this time. That's a good job, too. Nothing wrong with that.
What was it, Coach last week that saying maybe they're listening to the broadcast? Maybe.
First down and 10, Mavericks.
If that's the case, that should help Southside.
That's right.
This will be the 3rd possession for the Mavs. They'll start this drive on their 22-yard line. You know, they have Joaquin Fox in the backfield. They've gone with Fox all night. You know, last week we got to see it. I thought it was kind of interesting. They had Zimmerman in the backfield. Here's a handoff to Fox. He's going to have a nice hole as he gets up to the 29-yard line. Be a gain of 7 on the play, brings up second. Actually, I'll spot him. Let's see where they spot it. Yeah, at the 29. It'll be a gain of 7. Brings up second down, 2nd and 3. That's been a good play so far tonight, has been able to work that.
Joaquin Fox on the carry. Bo Mosley on
Bring up second down, 2nd and 3. Going to throw the ball out. It's going to be complete. That's Wilson Key on the catch. Will have the Southside first down as he crosses the 35-yard line up to the 37-yard line.
Matthew Merchell on the tackle along with Jackson Booker. First down and 10 at the Maverick 37-yard line.
Be first and 10 for the Mavs at the 37-yard line. This will be the third play of this drive for the Mavs. Forsgren wants to throw the ball, throws the ball. It's going to be complete. That's Jaden Webb. Gets away. He's at the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Southside.
I like watching Joe hustle down there and make that last block, too. He may not have needed to, but I love watching that hustle.
Well, that's what Southside's going to have. That's a big play right there, Terrell, to try to get back in the ball game. And you like those 3 plays, 78 yards.
Yeah, that's what you need is those quick scores right now.
Now you need your defense to step up now and make some plays. As Hernandez in for the extra point. Ball is down, your kick is up, and your kick is good. And, yeah, very impressive drive for the Mavs. 3 plays, 78 yards, a 64-yard touchdown pass from Blake Forsgren to Jaden Webb. Webb did a good job of really getting separation on that last guy, too. As you said, too, the things we do like to see is Wilson Key down there tried to put that block on, but he also tried to put it on without getting a penalty.
Right, that's right, just getting in the way. Well, the one thing that I noticed about Jaden Webb on that one, and most people may not know this, but Jaden, he's a pretty good basketball player, and he got that little box-out position right there, and that's really what he did. He made a good little rebound, and he took off. It's like he had position, and I don't know. You ain't going to bring him down too many defensive
Well,
plays.
it was kind of similar, too. You talk about the box-out position. I remember that in the first game of the year with Wilson Key doing a good job of doing that. Actually went down to the first down marker, turned around, caught the ball for the first down.
Fell backwards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Again, we got 9:33 to go here. Southside cuts the lead down to 7. It's 14-7. And Terrell, a key right here, you get a couple of stops, maybe get back in this, and then you get the ball to start the second half.
I was about to say, well, one thing we hadn't really touched on yet, but might come in real handy is getting that ball after the half.
Yeah, that's the thing we always harp on is, try to – Rodrigo Hernandez will kick off. It's kind of hard to see those Russellville numbers.
Yeah, it is. Unless they're right over here on the exactly on the
Actually, I should be watching the big screen. They've got the game on the big screen. And looking at scores, Siloam Springs trails Greenwood 14. Actually, that's Greenwood and Van Buren's 14-zip. There's a shocker.
Yeah.
Tell you, Greenwood, we get them next week.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a returnable ball. He's at the 5, at the 10, 15, and going to be hit. And we'll go forward to about the 25-yard line. Tell you, a little slow with the whistle.
Yeah. I think he has Lauermore in on that one.
Yeah, Barry Lauermore down for the Mavs.
Daywan Ford on the return.
Mavs have done a good job, though, really, on the kickoffs. They've had 2 kickoffs. Russellville started their 19 and their 25, so
at the 25-yard line.
Southside doing a good job there. You get something like that, though, and that kind of gets your defense kind of back into it and, get a little confidence and now come out and, play a little press coverage, maybe just make a couple of big plays. And, how big would it be if the Mavs could get a turnover? That's been one thing that's been lacking really for Southside. With the exception of the second quarter against Shiloh, they've really not had very many turnovers.
Yeah, I was actually really impressed with Van Buren, how well they protected the ball.
Here's an inside handoff. He's going to be hit and dropped. I believe that was Prince again.
Prince on the carry.
I believe that was Daniel Morales again for the Mavs.
50.
Daniel Morales on the tackle. Second down and 9.
Bring up second down, 2nd and 9 for the Cyclones. Again, we've got 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Southside trails 14-7. And Luke Jones, your quarterback. Jones wants to throw the ball. He looks to his left. Will throw the ball deep. He's got an open receiver, and ball goes incomplete. His intended receiver over there was Jesus Perez, covered over there by Lee Prince Jr., and That was a play, too. I think what happened on that, too, what helped Southside on, I think Prince got a little bit of contact on the way down, slowed Perez down just enough. Well, that's a big play.
Yeah, but he also he was about 2 steps behind. You don't see Lee Prince get 2 steps behind very often.
Big third down here for the Mavs. Again, the 2 series ago they had 3rd and 10 and got the penalty, so look like they may come with a blitz here with Dunn off the right side. Now Dunn is going to back off and take the back. I'm going to throw the ball over the middle, and he's open. And
Jones complete to Thompson.
Thompson's on the catch.
Boy, he got a heck of a spot.
That's enough for a Russellville Cyclone.
Still moving it up, Keith.
That first down.
Yeah, this is a Fort Smith crew, too. I know a lot of these guys. Can't give names, but I know a lot of them. Again, Jones wants to throw the ball again. We'll throw the ball. It's going to be complete on the sideline.
Complete to Thompson.
That's Julius Thompson on the catch.
Prince defending on the play.
Lee Prince Jr. over there along with Miles Selby for the Mavericks. You know, Selby's really kind of picked his game up.
Gain of 6.
Yeah, he's played well all year, really, but as this season's gone on, he's been in more and more plays.
I'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 4. Again, they'll have Prince in the backfield with Luke Jones. They'll give the ball to Prince, and he's going, no, they actually a handoff to the outside. He's going to get a first down across the 45-yard line.
Dajuan Ford.
That was Dajuan Ford on the carry.
That's enough for another Russellville Cyclone. That first down brought to you by Phil Wright Autoplex.
Be 1st and 10 at the Southside 45-yard line. That's what Southside really struggles with, though, is the running game. These teams have figured out they can run the ball on this Maverick team, and it's just, it's kind of like watching paint dry, but it's very effective. There's a pass by Jones, and, boy, there's a good defensive play over there. Try to get the ball to the inside, and I believe that was Dwight Johnson, wasn't it? Aiden Johnson over there. Aiden Johnson. Oh. That's how you play defense right there, is right when that ball gets there, you make the contact, brings that 2nd down, 2nd and 10. This will be the 7th play of this drive for the Cyclones. Again, they lead 14-7, 7:51 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Jones waits on the snap. He gets the snap. Southside trying to put some heat on. They'll throw the ball. It's going to be complete over there. And that's Julius Thompson on the catch. And again, the thing is for Southside, though, Terrell, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to come up and they're going to have to get some press coverage as they'll hand off. Actually, Jones on the carry will get the first down.
That was that old brotherly shove play.
But, yeah, but the thing is on this drive, though, it's the fact that Southside, when you get them in 2nd long or 3rd long, they're playing off too far. You got to come up. You got to do some press coverage, and if it means coming up and having somebody maybe double down or whatnot, they're going to have to figure that out, or it's going to be a long night. 1st and 10th, the Southside 34-yard line. This will be the 9th play of this drive that started at the Russellville 25-yard line. We're down to 7:20 to go here in the 2nd quarter. And I'll say this, Terrell, it's nice to have such a nice night to call a football game because we're actually outside doing this. There's a pass going to be
Jones
complete over there. Miles Selby on the coverage. On the catch for the Cyclones is Marcellus Olsen-Patton on the catch.
Reception. That's enough for another Russellville Cyclone.
Well, that ability to run the football makes a difference as far as the passing game.
Well, it keeps all those defensive backs honest. They got to keep an eye on that backfield and make sure they don't have to jump up and help on a option play or even one of those quarterback keepers. I mean, they've got to respect it.
Russellville running the play clock down here. Let's see what they want to do. We're down to 4 seconds on the play clock. So you look over, play clock runs out. Should be a penalty.
Yeah, there it comes.
Delay a game.
Penalty.
Of course, I'm sitting there last week, though, Terrell, at the Razorback game, and I watched that clock run out on LSU about three times.
Yeah. Guarantee it.
At the 24-yard line.
Of course, every time I thought we had them in that game, they ended up pulling something out.
Yeah, that was a game where you actually had it, I think, and then that interception. That was a nice play, though, by the defender. Again, it'll be 1st and 15 for the Cyclones at the Southside 24-yard line. You know, we'll talk about after this play. This stadium is just a beautiful stadium, a really nice place to play a football game. We'll talk about it here in a second on second down, 2nd and 15 as Jones rolls to his right. Wants to go back to his left. They have a screen set up nicely, and I'll tell you what, that was a play where it was set up well, but Lee Prince is coming up there, but it looked like it hit the lineman in the back.
I think it hit him right in the back of the helmet.
I've got to question that, too, because the guy trying to catch the ball was number 99. Was he an eligible receiver?
I didn't see where he came from, but I'm kind of curious on that, too.
Yeah, he's out of the game now, so I'll bring up second down, 2nd, 15. But this stadium is beautiful. It's just kind of set out in kind of a wooded area. I kind of call it, kind of sets down in a bowl, just a beautiful stadium, just to play. And every place we've been to so far this year in the 6A has been really nice. Here's a handoff to James. They will smother him. Maybe going to lose about half a yard, bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 16.
Well, you know the one thing all these stadiums got in common, don't you, Keith?
I'm not sure.
They're all here in the promised land.
The promised land.
The promised land. You're in Arkansas.
Yeah. And we're going to have a timeout here. And with that timeout, we'll take one, too. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
I bought my first vehicle from Randall as a used car back in '77. I bought a first new truck in '96 from them, an F-250. Ever since then, I've stuck with Randall. They understand my business, and as a contractor, my trucks take a beating. Randall Ford has the product, and they find them for me if they don't have them on the lot. I trust Randall Ford. They've earned my business.
Summer's winding down, but the savings are just getting started. Dive into the end of season sale at Burton Pools and Spas. For a limited time, save up to
Olson Patton.
Just coming back on the air here, we've got a play over the middle. It's going to be complete. It's going to bring up 4th down, 4th and 4. And again, gave him a big cushion on that. It's really actually a pretty easy pitch and catch. Look like they're going to go for it here. A big chance here for the Southside defense. This drive started at the Russellville 25-yard line. This will be the 11th play of the drive. You know, Southside get off here, and now it looks like they're going to come in with maybe the field goal unit.
Yeah, try to keep it a 2-score game for sure.
It'll be Jesus Perez will attempt a 31-yard field goal. The field goal's up, and it's good.
Perez, the field goal is up, and it is good from 31 yards.
Well, I call that a win for Southside right there. I mean, you kept them out of the end zone, so keeping this game close is what you need right now.
Well, and the penalty was big, too, because they had 4th and 4, and it was, 3rd and 16.
Yep.
So that penalty was big.
Pre-game tailgate sponsor tonight, First Security Bank. Bank better.
And you're right. You're exactly right, too. That was a situation where Southside, you get the force the field goal. Now Southside, you got 5:37 to go here. You come down and get a score, you know, maybe go in 17-14 at half. You come out, get the ball to start the second half. You got to feel pretty good because I'll tell you, the way that game started out, you know, Southside had a good opening drive, missed a field goal, and then
you're in a big hole in a hurry.
Russellville gets the ball back. They get a holding penalty on the Mavs, set them up with a 1st down. They're able to drive down, get a touchdown, and then it didn't seem like maybe 1 or 2 plays after that. You had an interception that they were able to work in for another touchdown. They're, all at once, they're ahead 14-zip. Southside's able to answer with the big play from Blake Forsgren to Jaden Webb to cut it down as Russellville increases it now 17-7. I guess Maddox Perez is the one guy out there right now that's got to be ready because that seems to be the go-to guy for him. I'm Southside. I may switch it up and put maybe a Peyton Zimmerman over there where Perez is.
Let him try to go take it.
Little cat and mouse, and that's exactly what they're going to do again. And Southside will get a return. That's Webb on the return. Makes a nice return up to the 35-yard line.
That's a good adjustment right there by Coach. Let that up man, or back deep man come up. Take it from the up man.
Yeah, you've pretty much seen, I think, what the limit of Perez is as far as kicking the football. So you're exactly right what they did there. What they did is move Perez up, make a blocker out of him, give Jaden Webb a chance to catch that ball on the run and get positive yards, which is a nice run up to the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mavs as Forsgren looks to throw. He will roll. rolls away from the pressure. Will throw the ball. It's going to be incomplete. Nice catch over there by one of the assistant coaches for Russellville. Nothing wrong with that.
I thought we were going to have a good block by the official back there, too.
That's not a bad play, though. Just go ahead and throw the ball away. Don't force anything on the run because you tend to, when you throw the ball on the run like that, that ball tends to sail on you when you do. So don't take any chances. You live to fight another day. It'll bring up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs. We've got 5:24 to go here in the second quarter. Southside trails 17-7. Then they'll have Fox in the backfield. Forrest going to has time to throw the ball. We'll throw the ball. It's going to be one hopped to Wilson Key. We've got a flag, and this may be roughing the pass. Well, no, the way Southside's reacting, it may be a hold.
Well, he threw his flag and his hat. So I'm real interested to see this call.
Yeah, I think, by the way, the Southside
yeah.
coach reacted. I believe it may be a hold.
But then after the play could be a roughing.
The ball's back at the original line of scrimmage.
Now, PI is not an automatic first down, but I believe roughing would be.
I'm just going by the reaction that's probably on the Mavs. I think what they're trying to figure out if it's a spot foul or not.
Where to mark it off from.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see what they do.
Personal foul, roughing the passer against the defense. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against the offense.
And a wash.
Those penalties will offset. And we will replay second down.
Well, that's why I was hoping you were right, Keith. I was hoping it was a hold on them and a personal foul on them and a hold on us.
Well, I think what it turned out to be, and I know why the coaches reacted like that, because that was not a very – whoever got the personal foul on Southside, that's not a very smart play.
That's right.
But I guess the good thing is it was offsetting, so neither team will be penalized. The most worthless call there is
replay the down.
Replay. Well, actually, you don't even replay the down. You lose the down. Brings us second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs. The Key was open on the play, too. He just one-hopped him. Here's a quick pass out. It's going to be overthrown. Try to get the ball on a fly route to Jaden Webb. Goes incomplete. Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 10.
34-yard line.
Then as you look at the other side, too, the key is for Southside to get something going here because you don't want to give Russellville the ball back with plenty of time because they've had some long drives, and your defense is going to be a little bit tired coming back out there.
Yeah, and both teams have all their timeouts, too, so you want to take as much clock as you can take.
Flores going to have time. We'll throw the ball. It's going to be dropped. That would have been a first down for Key.
Pass incomplete, intended for Wilson Key. 4th down and 10.
That was the other thing you could add to last week. We talk about the penalties and turnovers. We had 2 drop touchdown passes last week, and there's a big drop right there that's going to force a punt.
I couldn't tell for sure. It kind of looked like that corner might have got a hand in there on that one, but it sure looked like it hit both hands.
No, I think that was just a total drop there. As Malachi Varnell will be back deep for the Cyclones. Jaden Webb, your punter. Here's a kick. He's done a good job of punting. That's a good punt right there as the ball will hit and take a Cyclone bounce back up to the 40-yard line. They'll have really good field position here.
And the punt rolls out of bounds at the Cyclone 40-yard line. First down.
Here's your defining series right here, Keith.
Well, yeah, this is where your defense is going to have to step up. But like I said, though, it's the same things every week with this team. It's penalties. You would have the roughing the passer. You get the dumb personal foul. I mean, I know you're taking up for your quarterback, but you've got to be more disciplined than that. And you've had a drop. You've had an interception, missed field goal. Again, we've got 5:01 to go here. Here's a pitch to the outside. That's Jones. He's got an open field, and He's going to cut to the outside. He's going to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. That's Ty Groff on the carry.
That touchdown brought to you by Centennial Bank.
Actually, I think that was Marcellus Olson Patton. Oh, let me add big plays, too.
Well, we've been doing really good on those big plays, and that's one that got by us.
We have a sideline warning.
It's where it came from. I almost wonder if he was somebody coming off the field saying something.
I'm going to talk to the coach about it. Let's see what this is. I think it was a sideline warning. I don't know, but they're wasting. They're taking too much time to try to figure this out.
Right.
Just play some football. Good job though by the Cyclones. I mean, you come back with that kind of a reverse. You try to work it to the right side, go back to the left side. He just had an open field, and then once he got inside the 35-yard line, it was just a foot race, and that may be your anchor man for the Cyclone track team.
He can fly.
This is taking way too
He's
long.
going to go explain it to Dameron now, I think.
I hate to say this, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to make it across the field. Now he's got to come back and get his flag.
He's going to have to come get his flag, too. That's right.
Like the other referee may come out and help.
No, he's just pretending.
Well, it doesn't sound like the mic's working there. I don't know if the penalty will be forced on the kickoff, maybe?
Well, I'm wondering if it's just a warning, like you said, if it's on the sideline.
Well, my problem with that, if it's just a warning, that
Why take that much
took
time?
about 10 minutes to figure out it was a warning.
There you go.
You got to be kidding me. Oh, that's good. That's classic. That's Perez. Tips the extra point up, and it's good.
His goal with 4:49 to play in the second quarter. Russellville 24, Fort Smith Southside.
Well, now you need to score in a hurry.
Well, the key is right now, too, you got to score, but don't give them the ball back.
Don't give it to them with any time left. Well, Keith, I don't know if you're a baseball fan or not, but it's tied at 0, top of the third right now.
I don't really care. I'm a Cardinal fan, so I'm not really too concerned. The only thing I am concerned about is, how that Kansas-Arkansas basketball games go with Coach Cal.
Let me do a little checking on that.
Well, it hasn't started yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't start till 8 o'clock, so. Kind of like sitting up here, too, Terrell's like Grand Central Station. I don't think people realize what we do.
No. Well, I've had some people ask me to take my headset off so they could ask me some questions already. So
yeah, this penalty. Well, they're going to penalize them on this, though. Terrell, they're going to put the ball back at the 25-yard line. So.
Yeah, it surprised me. Maybe they called a sideline warning earlier or something, but I missed that one.
Southside should get really good field position here. That's almost like a safety. They'll kick it from the 25-yard line, and coach is back out on the field again. Kind of reminds me of the Northside boys basketball coach. He would coach the game from about 10 feet onto the court, but I always thought that was kind of interesting.
Part of the game.
Yeah. It might have been a low talker. I don't know. There's a good kick, and they're going to kick it deep. And that's Wilson Key on the return. He's at the 20-yard line.
Good cut.
Tries to take it to the outside and will be pulled down right at the 30-yard line. That's a nice defensive play over there. It looked like he had some room there, but
Wilson Key on
that's
the
Jackson
return.
Booker on the tackle.
Jackson Booker on the tackle.
Well, he made a good cut outside. And then he probably could have cut up, got a few more yards, and he tried to make it to the sideline, just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, and you didn't get that field position that you really wanted. They'll start this drive on their 30-yard line. Again, Southside trails 24-7, 4:37 to go here in the second quarter. Forsgren wants to throw. Now he'll tuck and run. We'll get about 10 yards. Should have a first down for the Mavs. I like that call, though, because he's been a bit shaky tonight. And get him started out on a nice run for the first down. Southside on first and 10 at the 40-yard line. Got plenty of time here. All 3 timeouts. 4:24 to go here. Big series here for the Mavs. Hand off to Joaquin Fox. He has a nice hole. Will fight his way across the 45 up to the 48-yard line. Going to be a gain of 8 on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 2. Southside doing a good job so far on this series. 2 plays in, staying ahead of the chains.
Yeah, and that run by Forsgren, I mean, the one thing I really liked about it was it's really the first time we saw a counter look by our offense, and usually if they're stuffing your power run, you hit that counter, it should go a long way.
There's a pass complete to Peyton Zimmerman, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that's Peyton's first catch of the night.
It is, yep.
That's enough for another Southside Maverick first down.
I think our PA announcer was about to thought maybe the home team had the ball and was going to do.
I thought maybe they sponsored our plays today.
Yeah. First and 10 for the Mavs at the 42-yard line of Russellville. Again, Forsgren wants to throw. It's going to be a screen setup. Doesn't have a lot out there, but Fox is going to get maybe 1 or 2 yards. Really only had one blocker out there for the Mavs. Bring up second down, 2nd and 9. That's about the ball at the 41-yard line.
Along with Jackson Booker and Nicholas Hallmark. 2nd down and 9.
Again, big series here for the Mavs. You know, Terrell, if you can get a touchdown here, you're down to about 3 minutes. So you can work the clock down. Really don't give the Cyclones a lot of chance to do anything here. And here's a keeper by Forsgren. I think he wanted to hand the ball off, but I think he made the right decision pulling it back.
Yeah, that's a great read because Fox was already wrapped up.
Bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 4. And obviously if you're Southside, you're in 4-down territory. Again, 2:36 to go here. Still plenty of time, all 3 timeouts. Looks like Russell will go with a 4-man line. They're actually dropping their backers back about 8 to 10 yards off the ball. Here's the keeper by Forsgren. He's going to fight his way down, and I think he's got a first down.
Tatum on the tackle. That's enough for a first down.
Terrell, the reason I like that play is that it's a quick design play. You don't, I mean, I know there's a read to that, but that looked more to me like it was a quarterback keeper all the way.
Well, sometimes they are in that first play of the series. You think about, you know, Forsgren, he ran that little counter, so he made it look like he's going to hand it off, and then he immediately took off for the other side of the field. And I kind of like you're talking about, I think it was a called keep.
Forsgren wants to throw. He's got time. Will be hit. Throws the ball complete. That's Peyton Zimmerman on the catch. Inside the 25-yard line.
Forsgren complete to Zimmerman.
Peyton Zimmerman getting warmed up here.
2nd down and 1.
I tend to wonder if maybe Southside will go back to that where they put Zimmerman with 2 backs in the backfield. Now we've got a whistle. Russellville going to take a timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here during the timeout. Again, we've got 1:35 to go here. Southside trails 24-7, but it's a ball game where if the Mavs to get a score here, go in at halftime, only down by 10, maybe get back in this ball game in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you come out and score right here, like you draw it up in the dirt, and you just got to come out and expect you're going to score that first series in that second half, and then you're right back on track.
Well, that was a tough break for the Mavs on the previous series for Russellville, just a 1-play drive to get in the end zone. And, that it's kind of the shock factor both ways. When you throw the interception, your D's back on the field, but it's kind of the same with the offense as you're back on the field all of a sudden, and you've got to make some things happen. But Southside started this drive. I want to say there was about 4:35 on the clock when they started this drive. They've run 3 minutes off, and you've got 2nd down, 2nd and about 1. So it's pretty much what you want to do here. You could pass the ball or you could run the ball, and the advantage to maybe run the ball right here is you can still work it down a little bit more. And personally, if it's me, I'm running the ball here.
Yeah, and I think Russellville's just waiting to see if we get this first down right here before they start using their timeouts. So.
Well, they just used one on defense.
Yeah.
So I don't think they will. I think they try to get the stop here. I get the impression, even though they had the big play, they're not a quick strike offense. Here's a pass to the end zone that's almost intercepted. Good coverage over there.
Pass incomplete. Bo Mosley defending on the play.
Yeah, Bo Mosley over there. He was stride for stride with the Southside receiver.
What did Coach say last week? He threw a beautiful back shoulder fade just to the wrong team. I forget what he said, but it cracked me up.
Yeah, we got Coach Pogues not here tonight. He's actually with his son Dax in Atlanta, Georgia, getting some time off to go see the family. In third down, here's a handoff to Fox.
Fox on the carry.
Southside really, though, too, is the fact they've really kind of been able to run the ball a bit here as they'll have first down with 1:25 to go here. You got to think Southside's going to still kind of play that clock a little bit here. 1:20 to go here. They still got plenty of time on the play clock. Again, they'll have Fox in the backfield, two receivers split either side of the field. Forsgren wants to throw the ball to the end zone. It's going to be knocked away, incomplete, intended for Jaden Webb.
Pass incomplete.
Well, you're talking about the running game kind of coming to life, and I really think the big change that happened was Forsgren started pulling that ball, taking it for himself, and, all of a sudden that defense has to defend two guys out of the backfield running it.
Well, this has really been Walking Fox's probably his top game rushing. He'll get the ball again off the left side. Is going to get inside the 10-yard line. Let's see, will be spotted just inside the 10-yard line. Bring up third and about 2. We've got 55 seconds to go here. And I think Southside, and now we're going to have a timeout here. Russellville going to take a timeout. And we'll go ahead and keep it here and see what Southside does here. They started this drive on their 30-yard line after the Russellville touchdown and been able to go down. This will be the 12th play of this drive, Terrell. It's been a good drive, doing a good job of mixing the run with the pass.
Keith, they even sponsored timeouts here. That's something else, man. I mean, going back to what you said about it, though, it's like you don't argue with logic. If they're going to pay to sponsor a timeout, you let them sponsor a timeout. I was sure hoping you were right. I was hoping they were going to start sponsoring some of our plays too.
Well, I'm still waiting on the Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Hey, too. I know it's going to be coming up. So again, it'll be third and about 3 for Southside. Again, remember tonight's game sponsor is Fort Smith Mental Therapy. Sometimes you just need to talk to somebody. Why not go talk to the experts? And we all get in that situation sometimes that we just need to talk it out. And these are the people to go to if you do have that. They do all kinds of therapy, couples, individual, children. So that's a place for all your needs there.
Yeah, you can ask around. I'm not the place to come to if you need to talk.
You'll tell them like it is.
That's the thing. I mean,
again, third and 3 for the Mavs. I think it's going to be 4 down territory for the Mavs.
I do too.
Here's Forsgren on the option, makes a nice run. Touchdown, Southside.
Touchdown, Southside.
Well, that's a pretty good ending to the half if we slam the door right here.
Yeah, it was a straight option play is what they were running, and good job by Forsgren recognizing he had an opening there and just tucked that ball away and got the touchdown for the Mavs. Also doing a good job of working that clock. We had 4:35 to go here. They cut it down to 47 seconds. So,
and took 2 timeouts from them.
Yep.
That's huge.
Remember, at halftime, we'll be going to the Randall Ford halftime show. Going to come up with the first half scoring summary. Give you all some thoughts on what Mr. Terrell and Mr. Evans have to think about the ball game tonight. You get a hold here. Now you've got 47 seconds. Go in down 24-14 to get the ball to start the second half. So you're seeing some positive things happening for the Mavs.
Absolutely. I mean, this is striking distance. I always consider 2 scores to be striking distance, and that's where you got to keep it.
It was a 12-play, 70-yard drive for the Mavs, but I think more importantly, they ran about 4 minutes off the clock.
A lot of really good run plays on that one.
Okay, Terrell, let me be Mr. Positive. How big would a turnover be right now?
Well, I mean, you feel like we got to be due. I mean, especially after last game, but I don't know. There's some people that don't believe in that whole concept of being due anything, but I feel like it's coming.
I do kind of feel like I think Russellville will probably run one play.
Yeah,
if they get a big
think about
game,
it.
they'll go on the 2-minute offense. It's kind of a fill-out
Yeah.
session right there if you're the Cyclones. Here's the kick. It's a
I like that.
bouncer. I like what they're doing there, and it's going to go to the 5-yard line. And Mav is going to get him at about the 25-yard line. Got a flag on the play. Going to be more likely a hold.
Bring it out to the 25-yard line. Flag on the
Well, this call right here is going to be key because
Yeah.
if it turns out to be on the Mavericks, that's going to put them up in really good field position.
Mm-hmm.
But from where the flag was thrown and where it came from, it's got to be a hold. And then looks like he's going to mark it back. Should have put him back at about the 15. And I think what they'll do here, I think it was kind of like what we saw with Mountain Home. You know, let's run that first play. Of course, their first play was about 50 yards, and, you know, then you go into that 2-minute offense.
Bring it out first down and 10 at the 15-yard line.
We got them backed up like we want them right here.
Well, if you're Southside, though, you still got 40 seconds, all 3 timeouts. So if you get a stop and not much yardage on first down, I think you maybe take a timeout here.
Yeah, I was going to say, you just don't have very much time to make up your mind unless they come out throwing or something.
And I don't think they will. I think they'll come out running the ball here. Again, Luke Jones, your quarterback.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to play the numbers.
Now he's got Ladarius Prince in the backfield. Going to run that same play they ran in the first half, and he's going to get it to the outside, going to gain 10 on the play. We'll have a first down.
You know that's technically a pass, Keith.
For the first down.
That was Marcellus Olsen Patton.
Bill Wright Autoplex.
Now they'll go to their 2-minute offense. We've got 30 seconds to go here. Going to throw the ball. It's going to be to an open receiver, and he's going to be hit at the 46-yard line. And that was a play, though. If Derek Lacey doesn't get that hit, I think that's 6 points.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, this one may be coming back, maybe a hold. It's a big play right here because they still got one timeout with 19 seconds to go.
Eligible man downfield.
Was it number 99?
I don't know, but I'm still trying to figure out.
I know,
that
where
screen
was
pass
he?
earlier on that other one, yeah. I tell you, the Russellville coach, I don't think he's real happy about something right now. And, that was a big play call back because that would have put the ball at about the 45-yard line. Terrell, what are they doing on they keep running that
5-yard penalty.
outside play with Patton, and it's been very effective. Is Southside just taking bad angles on that?
Well, I think it's that they're giving that big cushion, so it's like they got that flat just wide open.
Going to run the ball here with Prince.
Prince on the carry.
Going to hit him, and I think
a whole host of Mavericks on the tackle, led by.
we're going to have a timeout here, it looks like, with 6 seconds.
Timeout, Southside. Their first timeout.
Well, you got 6 seconds, so you're really not going to be able to do anything, so I'm not really sure the purpose of that timeout.
Yeah, maybe they're going to send the house, Keith.
Maybe something big will happen here. Let's see what happens.
Well, I like to think they got something in mind right here.
I kind of think what might have happened, too, though. That might have been the thing, too, where one of the players may have took it on himself to call the timeout.
Oh, maybe so.
That's what I think may have happened on that, because I wouldn't think that.
Well, I figure they're probably going to drop back in coverage, try to maybe play for the little pick six.
Yeah, I don't really know why you would
throw it.
Yeah,
I
wouldn't either, and I don't really understand the timeout because they're going to be able to run 2 plays and then kill the clock. So it's not like you're going to get much of a chance to get the ball back anyway. So,
well, you see them do that sometimes after a third down just to make a team punt. But yeah, I'm kind of wondering if we're just going to try to get a pick six right here.
Jones will take the snap. He's going to pass the ball. He's going to roll to his left, and he's just going to run the clock out.
Yeah, he wanted us to think he's going to pass it.
That was kind of interesting. He had a blocker out there, and he tried to turn it back to the inside.
Of the first half, your score, Russellville 24, Fort Smith Southside 14.
Well, if you're Southside, though, Terrell, you've got to be at least happy that you were able to cut into that lead. Southside had a really good drive there right before the half to cut the lead down, and then it was a twofold drive in the fact that Russellville had not really any time to do anything, and you get the ball start the second half. So, you know, we're moving the ball, and I'll tell you what I'm very impressed with for Southside tonight, though, has been the ability to run the football.
Absolutely, and the defense. I mean, they've gotten off the field a couple times tonight, and it's good to see that.
Again, folks, we're at the half. Southside trails 24-14, and it's kind of like Grand Central Station right here.
I thought that was a good analogy.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to be unplugged here. I think that's going to happen at some point, so we'll see what happens. But it's kind of reminds me of Cabot Panthers. You go there, and you get in the stadium, and I'll tell you, those people just walk through, and it's kind of like a party in the press box. So a lot different there. But again, we're at the half. Southside trails 24-14. We'll be back with the Randall Ford halftime show after this. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Diet. After this or right now?
Have you been to the River Valley's only multi-sport facility? Then let's hang out. The Hangout in Fort Smith is the only sports facility that offers indoor tennis and pickleball, indoor and outdoor basketball, and has now added multiple soccer fields. Soccer leagues are forming soon. Did you know the Hangout also has an 8,000 square foot fitness center with bar, yoga, HIIT, and Pilates classes? The Hangout, 5400 Gary Street, or thehangoutfs.com. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's hang out.
Direct your attention to the field for the Russellville High Dance.
From the minute you walk into Randall Ford, they greet you, they're kind, they're going to ask you what you need, what you're looking for, and they're all very friendly, even down to the service department. Those guys are so kind. The salesmen are going to make sure that you know that vehicle before you leave the lot. They're going to review the details, all the features of the vehicle, so you can leave with confidence knowing that the vehicle you're in, how to drive it. Randall Ford really listened to me, and I drove away with exactly what I wanted.
Family, it's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for, the folks who inspire us, guide us, root for us. Family means finding common ground, rolling up our sleeves, and making our way side by side. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in our family.
Between life, work, and family, sometimes the person that you need to take care of the most is you.
At Fort Smith Therapy Health and Wellness, you're never alone. Through our counseling, we can help you regain control of your emotions, mental health, and life. We provide both face-to-face and virtual therapy services. Whether it's for your child, family, or yourself, Fort Smith Therapy is here to help your true self shine through.
Schedule your appointment today with Fort Smith Therapy Health and Wellness.
you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
I bought my first vehicle from Randall as a used car back in '77. I bought a first new truck in '96 from them, an F-250. Ever since then, I've stuck with Randall. They understand my business, and as a contractor, my trucks take a beating. Randall Ford has the product, and they find them for me if they don't have them on the lot. I trust Randall Ford. They've earned my business.
Summer's winding down, but the savings are just getting started. Dive into the end of season sale at Burton Pools and Spas. For a limited time, save up to $14,000 on fiberglass pools. And the first 10 customers who purchase an Aquacrete pool with a premium vinyl finish will receive a free hot tub. Don't miss these incredible deals. Visit our stores in Fort Smith, Springdale, or Greenland, or go to burtonpools.com for more details. At Burton, we do more than build swimming pools. We build long-term relationships.
Welcome back to Cyclone Stadium here as Southside trails 24-14. A really good first half. Was able to go over there, and Terrell was able to meet the, actually had met him before, the PA guys up there, and one of them is Mike Cloud. Mike and his twin brother were linebackers for Southside back in the 90s, back in '93, and he works up here at the Baptist Church now, and just a really super guy. I got to visit with those guys, and, you know, you get to meet a lot of different people when you do this, and you find out you have a lot of people that do this, and he's done this since 2007, and you know, once they get people in, you can't get out of it.
Well, now we know why he was trying to sponsor us.
And you know, you look at this Southside team tonight, and had some early going, had some problems early. You know, they came out and had a really good drive to start the ball game, and defense stepped up big the first series, and then you missed the field goal, and then you kind of had some bad things happen. Russellville's able to take the ball down, go on an 80-yard touchdown drive, and then get the interception. But, you know, Southside really, after falling down 14, they were able to kind of cut in that lead a bit and cut it down to 10 and really have a chance here now when we start the second half. They'll have the ball maybe to get back in the ball game and, you know, really put some pressure on the Cyclones.
Well, yeah, I mean, the key to football is keep within striking distance. And for us, if you come out here and you score that touchdown, I mean, that's a three-point ball game, and that's a whole lot different looking scoreboard all of a sudden. And yeah, that's what we got to fight toward. And, you know, obviously that's going to be the goal coming out here in the second half.
Well, and the thing, too, is what you look at, too, you know, on the defensive side ball for the Mavs is they came out and had good pursuit, were making some plays, but then Russellville made a few changes, were able to hit some, you know, big plays down the field, and then you had the big 60-yard run for the touchdown, and, you know, going around the side there, they ran that play 2 or 3 times and it seemed like it was effective every time they ran it.
Well, you know what it reminded me of? Was it for Shiloh? Was his name Chitwood? Was that his name, that zero? Like he ran like 4 plays. It was 35 yards a carry.
Oh, that was Etheridge.
Etheridge,
yes, and he's a 9th grader.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. Is like every time he touched the ball, he was gone.
Yeah, that was. But it was kind of a deal too, where I think they got to adjust their angles and stuff. Yep. There's some things they can do to maybe counteract that. But you know, you look on the south side, offensive side of the ball. I thought they did a good job. Forrester kind of settled down, hit some passes, kind of got Zimmerman involved in the offense, and then you know you hit obviously the big touchdown pass to Jaden Webb. But I was very impressed with the ability of Southside and the reads that Forrester was making to be able to run the football, and we saw them on that last drive run that 12-play drive. And what was really important about that drive too, Terrell, was the fact that you got the touchdown to get back in the ball game, but it also didn't leave much time for the Cyclone offense.
That's right. Yeah, you pretty much ran that the way you scripted it up. But the one thing I'll say about Forrester today is one thing that's really impressed me, I guess, is, you know, we've seen him take a bunch of big hits this season, and today he's been giving the hits. You know, it's like he's made, like you said, he's made those reads. He's taken off, and he's just been blowing over people, and that's good to see. I always heard that growing up. It hurts a whole lot less when you hit them. You know what I mean? So
it goes back to the fact you want to be the hammer or the nail.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you definitely want to be the hammer, and he's kind of playing that role. And it's the nice thing about that is it's really kind of opened it up for Fox. Fox has had some really big runs off of that counter. So
yeah, I think Joaquin's had his best game.
I think so.
As a Maverick, he's got some positive yards, but also on that first series, he catches that pass out in the flat and gets a nice gain on that. And, you know, that was a big play for him. And we noticed that with him, too. He's that type of a player that, you know, he can make some plays. But I want to give credit to this offensive line tonight. They struggled at times, but I thought they played well tonight. They've given Forsgren, for the most part, he's had to run a couple of times, but they've done a good job of really getting the run game going. And they've also done a very good job of really kind of giving him time to let the receivers get open. But if you look at this Russellville defense, though, the thing you'll notice about this defense is they drop those backers a good 8 yards off the ball. So you're gonna have to pick and choose where you're gonna throw that ball. And you know that may be a situation too where Blake goes back to pass. Well, that may be a situation where hey, there might be a little hole there. I'm gonna just take it up and run.
Yeah, I think that's what he's seen a few times. I think coaches have even seen it a couple times and just told him to go run. But the one thing that has been really effective, I think for Fox is he's got a couple of those screens out wide, out in open field. And so, those defensive backs, they can't really just pin their ears back and go try to attack the run game because they know if they do, they're going to be out of position for that outside screen pass. So, I think coach has kind of put together a really good game plan for these guys right now so far. It's just, it's just a little bit of execution here and there, and it's a whole different ball game right now.
As we look at the first half scoring summary here on the Randall Ford halftime show, Russellville got the ball first. They go 3 plays and out. Southside takes over, and then they have a big drive. They'll start at their 43-yard line, and, one big play on that drive obviously was the pass out in the flat to Joaquin Fox that got them going, and they get themselves in a pretty good situation. They have first and goal at the 7-yard line, but eventually they have to try a field goal. The field goal is no good by Rodrigo Hernandez, and, it's a kind of a situation where you don't need some bad things to happen right now, but it's going to happen, and you kind of deal with that. But give the ball back to Russellville, and Russellville has a 10-play, 80-yard drive. And, the key thing in that drive was you had 3rd down and 10 on the 3rd play of the drive. They throw the pass down, and they get the holding call on the Southside defensive back, keeps the drive alive. And then Russellville pretty much kind of pounded that ball after that, and then they hit a big 22-yard touchdown pass from Luke Jones to Nicholas Hallmark to take the lead at 7-zip.
Yeah, that was, not really the start you had in mind, but, kind of going back to something you said earlier in the first half, we had a few games this season where we've gotten off to a real hot start, and, over the course of the ball game, the other team's clawed back. So hopefully we're flipping the script on that one here tonight.
The Southside takes over on their 25-yard line, and, as we always kind of talk about, sometimes it rains, it pours. First play of the drive is an intercepted pass, and it's right back to the Southside 22-yard line. That's where Russellville will take over. This time they go 5 plays for the touchdown and 1-yard touchdown run by Luke Jones, and that was actually on 4th down. Southside did a very good job. They had the big fullback in there, and they're able to stuff him at the 1-yard line. And defense really kind of hung tough on that drive, forcing Russellville really work to get the touchdown.
Yeah, that fullback, I think, to your point, he actually took about 1.5 yard loss on that. They came back, stretched us out, and then ran it right up the middle. But, man, you thought you'd really got them stopped right there at the goal line, and then they're able to punch it in.
Well, then you have a dire situation for the Mavs. They'll take over their 22-yard line, hit a quick pass, and I think a run to set them up at the Southside 36-yard line, and you get the big play the first half for them as a 64-yard touchdown pass from Blake Forsgren to Jaden Webb.
Yeah, it looked pretty too. We kind of talked about it a little bit. Jaden, man, when he gets rebound position on you, you're not going to do much with it, and he's never been one to bring down easy. So once he had that thing, he was gone.
Then Russellville takes over again, and this is the second time they've run a 10-play drive. It's starting this drive on the 25-yard line. They get a 31-yard field goal from Jesus Perez. But as you said, and you made the point here on that, is Southside got the stop, forced a field goal attempt. And so, in a sense, it was a victory for the Mavs because other than that first punt, Russellville really was able to put points on the board.
Yeah, you hadn't stopped them really to that point. And, you know, I'm sure the coaches don't call that a stop when they end up getting 3 out of it. But in my mind, that's pretty big in this contest because, you know, I expect in the second half it's going to be kind of a back-and-forth affair.
Well, it's sometimes you just take small victories when you get them, and I think that's what Southside will take right there. Southside gets the ball back on their own 34-yard line and go 3 and out. I believe that was the drive, too. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think didn't we have the penalty on that where we had what would have been the roughing the passer, and then we have the penalty. So
offset it.
Yeah, so that really hurt Southside on that. They punt the ball away to Russellville. Russellville starts their next drive on the 40-yard line. It's a one-play drive. They kind of come around with that end-around play with Marcellus Olson Patton. He goes 60 yards for the touchdown all at once, 24-7.
Yeah, that's when you're really, I mean, I don't know how you described it, but you almost go into panic mode at that point because you're thinking, oh, boy, here we go again. But, I mean, give Southside credit, man. They're not fazed by much.
Well, then Southside takes over, about 4:35 to go before the half. And, you know, there's 2 things you look at here, Terrell. Number one is we kind of look at the positive and the negative. The positive is we want to go down and get points. The negative would be if they hold us 3 and out, get the ball back, go down, score another touchdown, make it 31-7, pretty much your ball game.
Yeah.
Southside takes over. They start this drive at their 40-yard line. Excuse me, their 30-yard line. Actually, that was a play, too, where Russellville really did a good job. They kicked from the 25-yard line, got a good kickoff, and Southside gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, and we'd been talking, can the guy even kick that far? And they came out and showed us he can kick that far.
Yeah.
They just like that little chip shot, I guess.
Yeah, and it was an 11-play drive for the Mavs. And the key of the drive was obviously, I think, was the running to Blake Forsgren. Did a great job and were able to run the ball, hit some key completions to Peyton Zimmerman, and able to work their way down the field. But that offensive line played really good on that drive, which made you have to feel pretty good about that, and the fact that, hey, we're able to run the ball a little bit here. Maybe that'll bode well for the second half. The drive finishes on an 8-yard touchdown run by Blake Forsgren. It was a play set up where he comes off the left side, is going to run an option play. Maybe he pitches the ball but looks up, sees an opening there, and takes it to the house.
Well, and I think it was in that series, too. I think that was Peyton Zimmerman's first catch. I mean, he might have been targeted a little bit earlier, but I think he had 3 big catches in that series and I think another catch later on. But that was really where he got his start in this contest, and he looked good. So I'm expecting to see a lot more of that in the second half.
Then the key to the series on that drive, obviously, 4:35 on the clock. They're able to run it down to roughly, 40 seconds on the clock. So Russellville, not a lot of time to do anything. They get a penalty quickly, and Southside got a bit of a break there, getting a holding call on Russellville. They hit the long pass. It was complete inside the Southside 45-yard line. Southside's able to have the clock run out, and they only trail 24-14. They'll get the ball to start the second half. So Southside back in the ball game. Offense just got to make some things happen.
That's it. I mean, you want to come out right here in the very beginning of this thing and pretend like it's a new game, get your score, get your points, and you know, take care of business.
Again, we're at the half. Southside trails 24-14. We'll be back with the second half after this. That'll conclude the Randall Ford halftime show. You're watching Southside Maverick football on the Maverick Sports Network.
Family, it's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for, the folks who inspire us, guide us, root for us. Family means finding common ground, rolling up our sleeves, and making our way side by side. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in our family.
Between life, work, and family, sometimes the person that you need to take care of the most is you.
At Fort Smith Therapy Health and Wellness, you're never alone. Through our counseling, we can help you regain control of your emotions, mental health, and life. We provide both face-to-face and virtual therapy services. Whether it's for your child, family, or yourself, Fort Smith Therapy is here to help your true self shine through.
Schedule your appointment today with Fort Smith Therapy Health and Wellness.
The story of our family business starts back in 1878. Our ancestors set up an old town Van Buren and set up shop. We have been providing quality
Russellville Fish Bowl team.
Providing quality service to the River Valley for 6 generations.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
I bought my first vehicle from Randall as a used car back in '77. I bought a first new truck in '96 from them, an F-250. Ever since then, I've stuck with Randall. They understand my business, and as a contractor, my trucks take a beating. Randall Ford has the product, and they find them for me if they don't have them on the lot. I trust Randall Ford. They've earned my business.
Summer's winding down, but the savings are just getting started. Dive into the end of season sale at Burton Pools and Spas. For a limited time, save up to $14,000 on fiberglass pools. And the first 10 customers who purchase an Aquacrete pool with a premium vinyl finish will receive a free hot tub. Don't miss these incredible deals. Visit our stores in Fort Smith, Springdale, or Greenland, or go to burtonpools.com for more details. At Burton, we do more than build swimming pools. We build long-term relationships.
Have you been to the River Valley's only multi-sport facility?
Summer's winding down, but the savings are just...
Then let's hang out. The Hangout in Fort Smith is the only sports facility that offers indoor tennis and pickleball, indoor and outdoor basketball, and has now added multiple soccer fields. Soccer leagues are forming soon. Did you know the Hangout also has an 8,000 square foot fitness center with bar, yoga, HIIT, and Pilates classes? The Hangout, 5400 Gary Street, or thehangoutfs.com. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's hang out.
From the minute you walk into Randall Ford, they greet you, they're kind, they're gonna ask you what you need, what you're looking for, and they're all very friendly, even down to the service department. Those guys are so kind. The salesmen are gonna make sure that you know that vehicle before you leave the lot. They're gonna review the details, all the features of the vehicle, so you can leave with confidence knowing that the vehicle you're in, how to drive it. Randall Ford really listened to me, and I drove away with exactly what I wanted.
Southside leads 24-14, trails 24-14, just about ready to start the second half, and it's been a fun time up here. We've got meet a lot of good people up here with the Russellville folks, and again, talk about what a really fun stadium this is to come call a ball game. And Terrell, that's been kind of the fun for me this year, is to get to go to different places. I've been to most of these places. I obviously haven't been to Shiloh Christian, but I've been to Lake Hamilton before, and enjoyed it the first time, enjoyed it this time, and then Russellville. I really love calling the game here. And one thing I will say, it's kind of nice to have good weather here, because if we didn't, we'd be freezing out here being on the outside.
Yeah, I certainly didn't dress for being an outside.
Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do,
That's
right? Yeah. They're just about ready to start the second half here. Southside will receive the ball. And, again, the first half was one of those first halves where, Southside had a chance to really kind of fall down and really kind of struggle a little bit more, and did a good job of really working their way back into the ball game. And we'll see how that last drive of the first half, affects the second half here.
Well, and here's a little interesting nugget for you. We've heard his name a few times tonight, but I've actually got Derek Lacey up there tied for the most number of tackles so far for our squad. So,
well, Derek had the biggest hit of the first half.
He sure did, yeah.
There was no doubt about that. He actually did a great job of separating the ball from the receiver. So, He's had a good year. Derek Lacey, his senior year, has really stepped up. And I believe it was the Shiloh game. He really wiped out a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So Southside will get the ball here to start the second half. And, again, I think it's important and imperative for Southside to go down and get some points, every chance they get. And you kind of alluded to this a little bit too, Terrell, the fact that, it could be a track meet here in the second half. I mean, you never know, but it could be one because both offenses were able to move the football. And, again, the key for Southside and what's made this year frustrating for me has been the fact that you take away the turnovers. I mean, you're going to have turnovers, but they have been in big numbers for Southside at inopportune times. You take away some of the penalties, and you play a lot cleaner football. This team could really – they could be 3-4-1 right now.
Well, you can overlook turnovers if you've got turnovers and they've got turnovers, but it's been pretty dadgum one-sided the last few weeks.
Here's a kickoff going to be returned, and that's a good return for Southside. I believe that's Maddox Perez on the return.
And the Mavericks bring the kickoff back out to the 40-yard line.
Well, with the exception of that one big hit on Perez on the kickoff, I feel like our strategy's been pretty good. Kind of mixed it up a little bit. Perez has called a fair catch. He's taken one now for a return, and then he's gone up and played blocker. So we've kind of given him a look at everything,
Yeah, that was a nice return, too.
Yeah, it was.
Southside will start their 40-yard line here to start the second half. Again, they'll have Joaquin Fox in the backfield. Trip set to the right of Blake Forsgren. Forsgren wants to throw the ball. We'll take the ball down the field. We'll try to get the ball to Wilson Key, and Key does a good job of really stepping in front of the defender. That was Matthew Merle over there on the coverage, but I'll tell you what, that ball could have been intercepted if not for Wilson Key stepping in front.
Well, I'm not sure if Blake saw it or not, but just right before the snap, almost that entire secondary dropped back about 5 steps, and I think they're expecting that deep ball somehow. I don't know if they caught the sign or something, but.
Well, they're going with the 3-man rush, and they're really, as we talked about, they're dropping back in the secondary. Here's a pass over the middle. It'll be complete. And going to fall forward. That's Zimmerman on the catch. Well, he didn't get a good spot because he actually rolled off the guy. Should have been a first down. Be third down, 3rd and 1 for the Mavs. Southside going to hurry it up here, kind of picking up the pace just a bit. 3rd down, 3rd and 1. Here's a handoff, and Fox will have the first down. A good job by the left side of the offensive line.
Nicholas Hallmark on the tackle.
How important would it be, Terrell, to, again, Southside ended that first half with a double-digit drive, to have another one here and just kind of wear them down?
Well, I think what it does, it really gets in either the mind of the coach or the mind of that defensive line that, man, these guys can run on us.
Here's an inside tunnel screen to Peyton Zimmerman, makes the first man miss. We'll get down to the 40-yard line. Yeah, that was a well-designed play right there. They put Joaquin Fox in motion out to the flat. He fakes the pass out there. They go tunnel screen to the inside to Peyton Zimmerman for about 7 yards, brings up second down, 2nd and 3.
And 4.
Yeah, me and the PA guy are kind of in disagreement on this, but I think he's got me on this one. It is actually 2nd down, 2nd and 4. Forsgren wants to throw the ball, throws the ball, it's going to be complete, has an open receiver over the middle. That's Zimmerman again. Good job of Zimmerman just finding that open spot. They're playing a zone defense. He just finds the open spot, but also give credit to the offensive line. Forsgren wants to throw the ball, it's going to be complete. He's at the 10. Wilson Key inside the 10 to the 8. Actually, that's Joe Kincannon on the catch.
No, he was one in the – I was afraid he's hurt down there, Keith, but I think he's just got his feelings hurt. He didn't get in the end zone.
He first and goal for the Mavs at the 6-yard line. Here's a keeper by Forsgren. I think he just held the ball too long. It's going to be hit and lose about 2 yards in the backfield.
He's met immediately.
Bring up 2nd goal from the 8-yard line.
No gain. 2nd down and goal.
You've got to be interesting here, though, Terrell. What do? You missed a chip shot field goal early in the ball game, or even inside the 10-yard line. Do you think he might be in 4-down territory?
I think you almost got to kick the field goal right here if it comes down to that. I think we're going to score right here, though.
Forsgren will throw the ball, has an open receiver. Key, touchdown, Southside.
There you go.
Forsgren complete to Key, touchdown, Southside.
5-4. 8-play, 60-yard drive for the Mavs. 8-yard touchdown pass from Blake Forsgren to Wilson Key. And you got to like that, Terrell. 8-play, they asserted themselves. And they're going to go for 2 here.
Yeah.
Southside setting up for the 2-point play.
I'm not sure the reasoning behind this.
Well, if you get 3 of these, that's an extra touchdown.
Yeah, they're going to get it. Let's see, he actually caught the ball going out of bounds.
That's tough.
The 2-point conversion is
They had it, though.
You score with 9:32 to play.
Well, I think what that is, Keith, is I think that's telling you we're not kicking anymore. I think that's what that's telling you.
That may be, but that was a play, though. I'm almost thinking that you kick the extra point because you get it within 3. You're within a field goal. So I'm not sure that 2 makes that much difference there.
No, but to your point, it's like if you get that within 3 and then you get the next touchdown, then all of a sudden they've got to kick a field goal to tie it. Now field goal wins it.
Well, now you need your defense. It's kind of a moot point no matter, but what a great job by Southside to go 8 plays, 60 yards for the touchdown. Got a good return from Maddox Perez, and then were able to really work the ball down and give credit again to that offensive line. They gave Forsgren all day to throw the ball. He's able to set up in the pocket and get the ball down. But what's interesting, as you talked about Russellville, they're dropping 8 back, and it's almost a deal where you could almost think that maybe it looks like Southside may be lining up here, maybe going to. They're kind of expecting maybe an onside kick here. Russellville's actually offsides. The guy at the 50-yard line is offsides.
There they got it. They're listening in on you, Keith.
Yeah, number 7 was actually – no, number 7, he's mad, but those size 10 shoes were definitely a –
they're not hiding in that cyclone.
5-yard penalty.
But that's one, though, you got to say. You hate that penalty because that is so unnecessary.
That's right. Yeah, I'm sure Coach just hates that one.
Now, if you're Southside, if I'm Hernandez, this is interesting. They're expecting an onside kick. I boot it. They got one guy back. I'm kicking this to a corner.
Yeah,
I'm going to the left corner here is what I'm going to do. See what Southside wants to do here.
One of them up, man, right in the face mask.
And they're going to onside kick it, and
onside kick recovered by Malachi Barnell, and the Russellville Cyclones will have first down and 10.
They'll give the coaching staff of the Cyclones credit. They seem to know it was coming.
Yeah.
How they knew it was coming, I'm not sure.
Well, we saw that on the defense. In that first half, it almost seemed like they knew the play call.
Well, there's been several things that, going for 2 points and then an onside kick. We still got 9:32 to go here in the third quarter. Southside trails 24-20. Southside actually has scored the last 13 points of the ball game. Again, Luke Jones, your quarterback. Bring a man in motion. They're going to run that motion play out. He's going to get the corner again. And Southside right there did a good job of getting him at the 45-yard line. That was
turf monster on the tackle.
Yeah, actually over there too, we'll give credit to, I believe that was Isaac Parker over there for the Mavs.
There you go.
Bring up second down. They actually gave him a pretty good spot.
Yeah, they did.
What Southside's doing, though, they've got to do better is they're coming in and they're getting in the backfield, but they're giving up the angle.
Yeah, they're whiffing.
And, that's textbook football right there, one-on-one. Does a good job. A lead play by Ethan Dunn gets Ladarius Prince down for maybe a yard. Actually, I'll spot him back at the line of scrimmage. Actually, I think he lost half a yard.
Xavier Saffer on the tackle.
Xavier Saffer there also for the Mavs.
Third down.
Saffer's come in and done a good job for the Mavs.
For the Cyclones.
Well, you knew somebody was going to have to step up with Nico out, so glad to see him making some plays.
Yeah, coaches last week was talking about having some, both linemen on both sides of the ball out, and it does affect your play.
Oh, sure.
Big third down here for Southside, going to come with a little bit of heat, and it's going to be a keeper by Jones, and he's going to be hit and dropped about 2 yards short. Actually, I spotted him about the 50-yard line. See what they want to do here. 4th down, 4th, and about 2.5.
4th down and 2.
Looks like they're going to go for it here. Well, you talk about a key play in a ball game.
Mm-hmm.
This is it right here.
You got your scat back or your speed back in now too, so you got to be real careful.
Yeah, they're going to play really a stack formation. May actually try to draw them off sides. Let's see what they want to do here. 6 seconds. Now they're going to run a play here. It's going to be a keeper by Jones, and he's not going to get it. He's short.
Jones on the carry. Official timeout for measurement.
He was short because I'm going by the guy on this side. He is short by a yard.
They're not even going to measure, Keith.
And that's enough for a Russellville Cyclone. That first down sponsored by Phil Wright Autoplex.
I guess I'm blind on that because he was a yard short.
Well, I think you had it right. I think that line judge kind of walked out there a little crooked.
Yeah, and then the other one, I'd be on the one on the Southside sideline. Yep. He's far away from the play. The guy on this sideline actually marked it in the correct spot, and I think he was actually a yard. Even when it was marked, he's still short.
Yep.
Jones wants to throw here. He wants to take the ball deep down the field. We'll throw the ball. It's intercepted. It's Don Parkinson on the interception for the Mavs. He gets it back inside the 45-yard line down to the Russellville 42-yard line.
Not only did he throw a pick, man, he ate a full face mask on that one.
I was thinking Russellville had that one-on-one match they wanted on the going to the post, and he decided to take it to a different direction.
Yeah, I think he heard footsteps. It was kind of a bad decision, I'd say. So, yeah, right here, score you a touchdown. Kind of wish you had that extra point.
Well, actually, you can get it back to 3 points here if you
That's
can do
it.
that, yeah. First and 10, they'll go with the stack formation to the right of, now they'll bring a man in motion. That's Jaden Webb. As Forsgren wants to throw the ball, it's going to be incomplete.
Forsgren's pass incomplete, intended for Zimmerman.
Try to get the ball over to Zimmerman. We'll go incomplete, brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs.
Correction intended for Webb.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think they were trying to hit Webb on that bubble.
Cyclone 42-yard line.
They had him.
Well, you look like you had two guys that were kind of in the same area, too, and that doesn't usually bode well. There's a handoff. That's on the outside. That's Joaquin Fox, and he's going to – that's one of the few times you've seen Joaquin Fox standing tall.
Shrug off a defender.
Yeah, he gets the ball down to the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6 on the play. Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 4 for the Mavs. Here's the handoff to Fox, and Fox is going to be hit and driven back. Get back. He'll get maybe a yard. Bring up 4th down, 4th and 3 for the Mavs. They've got 6:35 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Southside trails 24-20.
Fox on the carry. Evan Snowball on the tackle. 4th down and 3.
See what the Mavs want to do here. One play they were able to run, too, that I do like is the maybe coming with the option play.
Yeah, let Forsgren take off with it if he sees it.
Yeah, maybe look for that. But then you've got some good coverage over here on the side. You don't have any safety help, so somebody's open. There's an open receiver. That's Jaden Webb at the 10, 5, touchdown Southside.
Forsgren complete to Webb, touchdown Southside.
Well, Jaden Webb, a big ball game tonight.
2 big catches, 2 touchdowns. 62-yarder and a 35-yarder.
That was on 4th and 2, too. The 46-yard drive, 5 plays for the Mavs. Rodrigo Hernandez will attempt the all-important extra point here. Ball is down. Your kick is up. Kick is good. Southside now leads for the first time tonight, 27-24. We've got 6:01 to go here. And got to be impressed with Southside coming out, getting that really nice opening drive of the second half, and then the big Dom Parkinson interception.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised Dom was back in coverage like that, but he was right in the right spot.
And the Mavs go 5 plays, 46 yards, a 36-yard touchdown pass from on 4th down 2 from Blake Forsgren to Jaden Webb. Jaden Webb's second touchdown of the night. Southside now leads 27-24.
I don't know what kind of juke Jaden put on that defender, but, man, he fell down. He juked him right out of those cleats.
This is something, too, I like. Terrell's, this is the Blake Forsgren that is able to spread the ball around. We've had several receivers. You've had, now he scored a touchdown. Key has a touchdown, 2 for Jaden Webb. Kincannon a catch. Zimmerman, 3 catches on the night. So Blake Forsgren doing a really good job of working the ball around, finding all the receivers, and also the fact taking care of the football.
Well, and Fox has got quite a few receptions now, too, so it's good to see that. I mean, that's the one thing when you got Fox back there in the backfield, you don't quite have the size of Webb, but now all of a sudden you got Webb out there with that size as a receiver.
You got the O-line playing well tonight, so here's a kickoff, and it's a onside kick again. Southside's going to have it.
There you go.
And the onside kick is recovered.
I think that was your kicker.
I think it was, too.
I always thought that was one of the best onsides you could do, man. Just let that kicker run up, get it.
Well, Coach Williams had one. He had a guy named Cy Klink, and they would run one where they would kick it. He would run down and try to run under the ball. You would find out. Yeah. And it actually almost worked one time, and I think that's got to be the most impressive play. But that's a gutsy call by the Southside staff to go ahead and do that.
What was that, Monday Night Football they had that ball went straight up about 30 feet? Took forever to come down.
You know, Southside did a good job last week against Van Buren really doing the onside kicks. Big series here for the Mavs. Hand off to Joaquin Fox, and he's going to get nice yardage down to about the 42-yard line.
That's his 10th carry.
Barnell on the tackle, 2nd down and 5. At the Cyclone 44.
Well, I'm kind of coming around to your point. I kind of see why they've got Fox in the backfield having a good ball game and then putting Jaden Webb at receiver having probably his biggest night, especially scoring night this year.
Uh-oh.
Forsgren's got an open receiver, and he'll throw it. That's a great play by Forsgren to Zimmerman at the 25, down to the 20, down to the 18-yard line. A broken play.
Man.
And what a great job. But what a presence of mind of Blake Forsgren to go ahead and take that snap and, hey, let's don't down it, let's don't run it. Let's look up, find a receiver. And he actually had Key, but I think he made the wise decision hitting the underneath receiver and Zimmerman because if he throws the ball to Key, that's going to be a contested ball, no doubt.
It'll be a contested ball, and he wasn't nearly as wide open as Peyton. The one thing I thought he was going to do is run it.
Here's a handoff to Joaquin Fox off the left side, going to get maybe 1-2 yards. They're going to spot him, give him 1 yard on the play. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 9 for the Mavs.
Max Mitchell on the tackle.
Terrell, get this, Southside so far 20 straight points.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we hadn't given up any in a while. You talk about psyche. I mean, I think that's got to be weighing on Russellville pretty tough.
Yeah, this is a big drive right here if you can get points out of it. Southside's got all day to throw, and it's complete inside the 5-yard line. I believe that's Zim again, maybe? Or Kincannon.
Kincannon,
yeah,
I
Joe
was going to say, looked like where it came from was out left.
Yeah, and he was actually interfered with. Guy went over his back, but a good job. Here's a handoff. No, it's going to be a keeper by Forsgren. He's going to be hitting the backfield. I'll tell you, that play on the goal line has not worked.
No, it hadn't.
Forsgren keeps on the play.
Bring up 2nd goal for the Mavs. This will be the 6th play of this drive that started at the Russellville 49-yard line following the onside kick.
Haney on the tackle, 2nd down and goal.
Well, it's been a game so far. Really, Southside has pretty much been on the field offensively the whole 3rd quarter. Going to be a rollout by Forsgren. He's going to throw the ball to the corner of the end zone, and it's going to be tipped and incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. Flag on the play.
Let's see what the flag is going to be here. It's the side judge that threw the flag. Going to be, looks like on Southside. Ineligible man downfield.
Ineligible receiver downfield is the penalty against the offense.
Well, you hate to back up.
Penalty.
Well, that's not a bad penalty for the Mavs. If I'm Russellville, I decline that one.
Yeah. I think I got to agree with you on that.
I guess they're going to talk it over with the Russellville. They actually marked, I don't know if they had decided to take it or not, but they marked it off. But what it does do, it gives Southside about 5 more yards to be able to run those pass patterns, because you got a feeling being third down they were going to pass the ball anyway. And now.
Well, that's what I was thinking is not only does it spread it out a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to decline. I think that's the right call if you're Russellville. Yeah. They'll put the ball back at the 6-yard line.
Mavericks will have third down and goal.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the ball was actually on the 8-yard line, was it not?
I thought it was too.
We'll take it. As Forsgren wants to throw, he's got time over the middle. It's going to be incomplete, and
pass is incomplete.
See what Southside wants to do here.
Aiden Terry defending on the play. Fourth down.
This is where it's tough to get the passing game going because you don't have a lot of field, and Russellville doing a good job really just playing that, putting the 3-man pressure on there. Then you've got 8 guys in coverage. Southside going to, looks like a field goal here. This should be a chip shot here. It'll be a 23-yarder for Rodrigo Hernandez. Alex Little on the snap and Connor McDonald on the hold. Ball is down. Your kick is up.
And the
there you go.
Kick is good.
By Rodrigo
but now look at that scoreboard, Keith.
I know what you're thinking.
You know the only thing it's missing right there
is that 1 point.
Of course, you know they get that 2-point conversion. They're genius. So who am I to second guess?
Well, it's the point system. I don't know.
That's right.
But that being said, no matter, Southside's really done a great job. I mean, they fell behind 14-zip early, and it looked like, it's
here we go.
Yeah, one of those situations where, man, you're going to get something going, but you hit the big play to Jaden Webb for the touchdown and kind of got Southside going a bit. Then here in the second half, Don Parkinson, the big interception, and then the onside kick.
What's the scoring drought right now?
What's that?
What's the scoring drought?
The drought.
We've scored how many unanswered?
That is
24?
It was 24-7, so that's 23 unanswered points
23.
right now. Yeah. Kind of like what happened in the Shiloh game, but just the opposite.
Just the opposite. That's a pretty good little run, I'd say.
Yeah, you never know what Southside's going to do here. I would almost think they'd kick it off here and try to play a little bit of field position. Key is get a quick stop here. You've got the Russellville defense on their heels right now. They're going to do a short kick, and it's on the ground. Let's see. It goes out of bounds. Southside had a chance at that.
Kick rolls out of bounds. Penalty on the play. Illegal procedure against the kicking team.
Well, and the interesting thing, we're kind of wondering why we would give them good field position like that, but so far, I mean, our defense has gone out there and played well every time we've given up good field position.
Well, that's the key, too. But what I do like about that is that was a totally different.
Yeah, look.
And actually, Southside, looked like the Southside man actually had a chance to get that ball, then it rolled out of bounds once he dived. He got his hands on it. Russellville will start this drive at their 41-yard line. We've got 3:33 to go here, third quarter. Southside now leads 30-24. And Luke Jones, your quarterback. Handed off the running back. He's going to be hitting the backfield. He's going to get away.
Prince on the carry.
And you don't see that too often. I believe that was Ethan Dunn that had him wrapped up in the backfield, but still able not to get much there. That's the Darius Prince on the catch. On the run. We've got an injured Maverick over there, and with that injury, let's go ahead and take a timeout. You're watching Southside Maverick football on the Maverick Sports Network.
The story of our family business starts back in 1878 when our ancestors settled in Old Town Van Buren and set up shop. We have been providing quality work, craftsmanship, and finest materials available to time-honored and traditional methods.
Hey, Mason, just do one.
Providing quality service to the River Valley for 6 generations.
Welcome back to Cyclone Stadium. I believe that looks like maybe it's just a cramp out there for the Maverick that's on the field. And Again, it'll be second down, 2nd and 8 for the Cyclones. They'll have the ball at their own 43-yard line. We've got 3:16 to go here in the third quarter. Southside leads 30-24, which has really been a fun ball game tonight, and the Mavericks able to get up there. That's good to see. I believe that's Aiden Johnson. He's able to jog off. I think he just had a cramp. You know, and what's kind of funny, too, Terrell, is you're getting cramps. We're almost the end of October, and you got that hot weather, and that's going to happen.
I keep telling this broadcast crew to turn the summer off for me if they don't mind.
Yeah, and I'll make another point here after this play, and now they're going to run a late player in for Russellville. Jones will take the snap. He's going to hand the ball off again. There's Southside again in the backfield. They're going to hit him and drop him on another nice defensive play.
Prince on the carry.
Well, that's what you need to do against that run game.
I think that was Braxton Youngblood, was it not, in there?
He was definitely in pursuit. I think he was the one that got the hand on the ankle from the opposite side.
Bring up a big third down here, 3rd and 9. Jones calls out signals. Now look to the sideline. He's got plenty of time on the play clock.
3rd down and 9.
He's got a trip set to his left. There's a complete pass. There's a good play by Ethan Dunn, and he's going to get – he got a really good spot on that one because he was hit at about the 47-yard line and went down at the 46. They'll mark him at the 48, which will bring up 4th down. See what Russellville wants to do here. Again, we've got about 2 minutes to go here, third quarter. They're going to let the clock run down, it looks like, and going to have to take a timeout, or maybe coach having a little tough time deciding what he wants to do here.
Well, you think they'd at least try to get us to jump, even if they're not planning on going.
That's 4th and 3. Southside's done a good job of really stopping the run. The one play you'd have to look at it, the one play I'd be looking for if I'm Southside, well, actually 2 plays would be Luke Jones keeping the ball up the middle, or that in play they've been running that's been very successful tonight to Marcellus Olsen-Patton. You know, that might be something they might want to try to do there. So
yeah, it seems like that when they've needed that big play, especially on 4th down, they try to leave it with that Jones kid. So that's kind of what I'm expecting to see right here. They may roll him and let him go. They tried to do that at the end of the half. You know, they kind of rolled him out, make it look like a pass play, and then he had a lot of room to run.
Again, this is a big play for Southside. 4th down, 4th and 3. The defense has really kind of stepped it up big here in the second half, and they've gotten quite a bit of rest, too. It's been pretty much the Southside offense. We don't have time of possession or anything, but I'd say Southside's probably, of this 12 minutes, has probably been on here at least probably 7, wouldn't you say, at least?
Oh, yeah. I think we've got almost double their time of possession right now.
Again, they'll go for it here. They'll have kind of an interesting formation. It's a double stack formation to the left. Now they'll bring a man in motion, and they'll go that way and going to get the first down. Yeah, what they did was your inside backer went the wrong way, and they're able to get the first down.
Thinking it was the inside keep with that quarterback, and then they ran around him.
Yeah, the play we thought they might run, and they go away from, and that was a well-designed play because you've actually set your stack up on that side to run the ball. You had 2 blockers out in front. He's able to get the first down, but nonetheless, Southside did a pretty good job of really reacting to it, and that could have been a bigger play than what it was.
Well, I think you'll give up 4 yards, especially with that guy.
First down, here's a handoff to Prince. He's going to be hit and dropped. Not much there. It's Don Parkinson getting off the pile for the Mavs, along with trying to get that number. I believe that's
Prince on the carry.
big old number 92 for the Mavs.
2nd down and 9.
Peyton Perez there.
46-yard line.
State Line's played good tonight.
Yeah, they have. I've actually got Perez down for 4 tackles now too. So.
Bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 9. Big series here in the ball game. Jones calls out signals, takes a snap. He wants to throw. It's going to be a swing pass out and going to be complete. But Southside's right there, and he's going to lose yardage.
Pass complete for no gain.
They'll mark him back a yard.
3rd down and 9.
There's big old Ethan Dunn out there along with Jordan McDaniel and Miles Selby for the Mavs.
At the Maverick.
Tell you what, that was one thing we hadn't heard for most of this contest was a quick whistle. That was actually a quick whistle.
Yeah, that was kind of a break for the Mavs because he was able to
was.
get away and get about 3 or 4 more yards. And
It really was.
this will probably be the last play of the third quarter. Be 3rd down, 3rd and 9 for the Cyclones. Jones wants to throw the ball. Here comes the Heat. They're going to set a screen up, and Southside's right there, covers it well. There'll be Prince on the catch. That was Tamarian Johnson along with Dwight Johnson there for the Mavs. They'll be into the third quarter. Southside leads 30-24. We'll come back here and see what the Russellville Cyclones want to do. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
I bought my first vehicle from Randall as a used car back in '77. I bought a first new truck in '96 from them, an F-250. Ever since then, I've stuck with Randall. They understand my business, and as a contractor, my trucks take a beating. Randall Ford has the product, and they find them for me if they don't have them on the lot. I trust Randall Ford. They've earned my business.
Welcome back to Cyclone Stadium. A big play here in the ball game, Terrell. It's 4th down, 4th and about 7 for the Cyclones at the Southside 44-yard line. Southside a big third quarter, 16 points in the third quarter to take a 30-24 lead.
Keith, I'm watching some Russellville fans file out of here.
Well, they told us that. That's what I was laughing at. I was talking to one of the folks up here, and we were talking about it, and I said, we get kind of loud up here sometimes. We might upset some Russellville people. You might have to come help me. And the comment was kind of made that, a lot of people like to leave before then. So,
Yeah.
But it's that way everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's that way everywhere. There's a good crowd here tonight.
It really is.
Good Southside following, too, over
I was going to say we were kind of joking about it because right before kickoff, there was about 12 fans over there on the Southside side. But
and 7.
filled in nicely.
4th down, 4th and 7 for the Cyclones. Big play here. Southside gets a stop here, get good field position. They're going to snap it over Jones's head. He's going to have to go back, and he tries to dive on it, which, need to try to pick it up, and that's a big play right there. That's better than a turnover.
He hurt himself too, Keith. He did something to his hand.
But that's a reaction play right there. You're going to go back, and that's where you kind of forget what the down is.
Yeah, that's right.
You go back and jump on. He wouldn't have had a chance anyway. There was about 3 Mavericks there that were going to put a hit on, so. I got to laughing here earlier. I saw some fans coming up here. The woman had a Russellville shirt on. The Southside guy had a Rebs hat on.
Nice.
It's a big series here for the Mavs. You get some points here, you turn it into a 2-score ball game. 1st and 10 to the 38-yard line. Brings Zimmerman in motion. Forsgren wants to throw. Going to throw the ball away, and let's see.
Pass is incomplete.
They may call intentional on. Let's see, he's standing back, so it's going to be an incomplete pass. That's a break for the Mavs.
It really is.
Because we never did.
What happened there?
I don't know. We've got an injured Maverick on the play, but got to ask. We asked Coach Pogue what the call was on that, and I'm not sure that we ever got a straight answer on which way to go on that. We've got an injured Maverick. Let's go ahead and take a timeout too. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
Family, it's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for, the folks who inspire us, guide us, root for us. Family means finding common ground, rolling up our sleeves, and making our way side by side. Armstrong Bank, strength runs in our family.
Between life, work, and family, sometimes the person that you need to take care of the most is you.
At Fort Smith Therapy Health and Wellness, you're never alone. Through our counseling, we can help you regain control of your emotions, mental health, and life. We provide both face-to-face and virtual therapy services. Whether it's for your child, family, or yourself, Fort Smith Therapy is here to help your true self shine through.
Schedule your appointment today with Fort Smith Therapy Health and Wellness.
We'll come back to action. It'll be second down, second and 10. That was, Terrell, I think that was kind of a break for the Mavs, as that could have easily been intentional grounding. I think I didn't really see any receiver in the area for the Mavs. He's going to throw the ball going to the end zone. This Cannon goes up for the ball, incomplete. He looked like he had a little bit of trouble judging that ball.
Yeah, I think he jumped a little early. It's the only thing. Just kind of misjudged it.
Dan Baker, please report to the Russellville cheer team. Third down and 10.
Keith, you got you another lifelong fan, it looks like.
That's right. Good-looking young man heading down there. I think he's waving at the girls now.
There you go.
I think that's his mom up here, and they're teaching him well.
That's right.
Their second timeout. That timeout sponsored by Centennial Bank.
That's the second timeout that Russellville has taken. This is a big series for Southside. Third down, third and 10 for the Mavs. Russellville's kind of changed that defense up a little bit. Terrell, you'll notice they're really kind of starting to bring a little bit of heat now.
They are, and, you know, they'd been doing that little drop back thing, right, like pre-snap. They drop all those defensive backs back. They're kind of playing up a little bit. So I think it's forcing Blake to hold on that ball a little bit longer, and then they've actually got another guy coming, kind of hiding him, I think, pre-snap, and then they're turning him loose on the snap.
Yeah, and for the most part, this Russellville team does a pretty good job as far as man coverage.
They do.
We've not had a lot of separation, especially when we try to run the sideline routes.
Well, the only time we've really seen separation is when they've just fallen down on coverage, you know.
Bring up third down, third and 10 for the Mavs. I think you're probably in four-down territory here. As Forsgren takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball. Throws it. Going to be complete. That's Wilson Key on the catch. That's a corner. That's the back shoulder pass right there. What a big play that is. Mark that play down, Terrell. That may be one of the bigger plays of the ball game. Third down, third and 10. You go exactly 10 yards for the first down. First and 10 for the Mavs at the 28-yard line. Here's a handoff to Joaquin Fox, and they're just what I'm kind of noticing on the read now, they're just a little bit slow making the read. It's giving Russellville time to react to it. He's going to lose a couple of yards on the play.
Well, you hope it's not those cramps causing him to lose a step. But
I don't think that was. I think that was just a late handoff, and then once he made the handoff, you had two Cyclones there to meet him.
Yeah, ready for him.
Bring up second down, second and 12. Actually, second and 13. They'll spot the ball back at the 30-yard line. Forsgren pump fakes, wants to throw, throws it over the middle. It's going to be incomplete.
Oh, he threw a strike, man.
Forsgren's pass incomplete, intended for.
I believe Jaden Webb's asking for the instant
video
replay.
I guarantee it.
13.
They said that was Zimmerman. I think that was Jaden Webb.
Webb, yeah.
It was Webb.
It looked to me like he had both hands under that one, though.
Well, your guy that called it was actually in. My pet peeve on that is that usually the guy that makes the call is the last guy that can see it.
Right.
Again, another big play for Southside. This drive has been kind of a struggle. They held on downs, but they've had third and 10. Now they've got third and 13 here as Forsgren will step up and going to try to get away, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield, and I believe that sack may force Southside to punt the ball away.
I think Blake got stepped on by our offensive line. I couldn't tell who it was, but you could tell he was trying to take off, and he just couldn't move, couldn't get that leg out there.
Well, that's a big play, too, because a big job by the Russellville defense, because you get a score there, I mean, it's going to be tough for them to come back in the ball game.
Katie bar the door.
Well, the thing is for Southside right now is you pretty much played this whole ball game, whether it be Russellville with the ball or Southside with the ball. It's been pretty much played. These starting possessions have been within the 40-yard lines of each other.
Yeah.
There's a kick by Webb and goes out of bounds, and
he kicked that thing in the parking lot.
Yeah, I think he'd better off just heaving into that one because they're going to spot it up. Let's see where they spot it at.
20-yard punt, no return. First down and 10, Russellville.
They spot him at the 22-yard line.
He was trying to cut the dog leg out of that hole, and boy, he put that one out of bounds. Hey, I like your golf analogies.
Well,
we do a little golfing at my house.
Well, I got to have Coach Pogue here, though. Because,
That's right.
Yeah,
he goes and plays a lot more golf than I do, for sure.
He's going to be on the senior tour here at some point.
That's cool.
Be 1st and 10 for the Cyclones at their own 22-yard line. Going to hand off the running back. He's going to be hit in the backfield, and I don't know what the flag's going to be.
On the carry, flag on the play.
This is going to be an interesting call. I'm not sure what this is because the way the flag was thrown, you think it might be a hold off the corner.
Yeah, I'm not interested in it because I know what he's called before. And I'm afraid he's going to do the same thing again right here.
Well, there was a hold on the corner, a little bit of, you think it was a face mask?
There you go. He did that to us once before from that same play or from that same position, similar play.
That first down brought to you
Be
by
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Terrell, something else you've got to consider. We've got exactly 10 minutes to go here in the ball game, but nothing you've got to consider. You know, Southside, you know, they may win this ball game, but they need to win this ball game
by 8.
8. So I'm going to make a point here after this play. I'm going to go back and I'm going to tell you why we went for 2 points on that last series.
I think that's it.
That's it.
I think that's
I
it.
think that is exactly it. That's the key for Southside. You just can't give him those extra yards. He'll be 1st and 10. He's going to go under center this time. Going to pitch it out, and there's an open field, and going to get a nice gain over there. It's a good little running back, Marcellus Olsen-Patton.
On the carry, that's another Russellville Cyclone. That first down brought to you by Phil Wright Autoplex.
I'm going to make I'm going to tell the PA guy he needs to have a little bit of sound in there when it says that they need another first down. They need to pop it in where it's a first down.
I like it.
Yeah. Be 1st and 10 at the Southside 45-yard line for Russellville. Going to pitch the ball again off the corner. That's Olsen again. He's got a big hole, cuts it back to the inside, and will be run out of bounds.
Down to the 15-yard line. That's another Russellville Cyclone. First down brought to you by Phil Wright Autoplex.
Well, he wasn't really in on the tackle, but give Derek Lacey some credit. He had shed just enough of that block to force that running back to slow down a half step, or I think he'd have been gone.
I like the design plays that Russellville is running. They're running that off of, they're coming to the right side, but they're all setting up their blocking formation that way. So you better be careful that they come that way and then go opposite that way. So you got to be careful not to overplay the formation.
Yeah, and I think that's what Derek did really well. I mean, he was getting blocked out there pretty well, and he still kept his lane.
Pretty much the same formation here, and they're going to go the other way this time.
Prince on the carry.
Prince on the carry gets inside the 15-yard line down to about the 13-yard line. Will bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 7.
You know, that quarterback just did something I hadn't seen too many times, but I've always wondered why they don't do that, especially with an undersized back like that. He handed that ball off and immediately pushed that running back in the back to give him like an extra boost.
It's worked under center this drive. Rolls to his right, looks down the field, throws the ball to the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown. Nice throw. Good throw by Luke Jones. I believe that was Hallmark again. Actually, that was your guy, number 99.
Yeah.
Luke Jones to Magnus Golden.
Magnus Golden on the touchdown. So I guess we can confirm that he was the intended receiver earlier in the ball game.
By Centennial Bank.
Perez in for the all-important extra point.
Well, give Jones credit on that one, man. He dropped that one right in the bucket.
Yeah, that was a nice throw. Southside almost got a hand on that.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, they had 3 guys out there in coverage.
Extra points up and good. Cyclones now need 31-30, and well, what a big drive that was for Russellville to get that stop on Southside. Southside had all the momentum at the 38-yard line, get a first down, and then Russellville steps up, gets the stop, forces the punt, and then Russellville goes down. And you know, that's been kind of Russellville's game, though. I think they've been more effective. They kind of got away from it here in the second half. It's been their ability to run the football.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in that first half, they could run anytime they wanted to. And we really hadn't, I mean, until that last couple of downs, I mean, we hadn't really seen them get any good runs off in the second half at all.
And I like the formations, too. I like the formations that I'd mentioned this earlier. I love the formations that they're coming out with and running out of. You've got kind of load up one side, come back that side and run, and, that works pretty good. So.
I noticed earlier, Keith, we were having bugs fall on us. We got this big light up above us.
I think we got a lizard down there now.
It's some kind of critter for sure. I'll tell you, everybody's gone crazy up here by us. So.
That's when it's kind of fun to do a game in the stands.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
Yeah, it definitely is, as Perez will kick off. Again, we've got 9 minutes exactly to go here in the ball game. Southside trails by 1. That was the first point of the second half for the Cyclones. There's a short kick that is going to hit and on the ground, and Russellville has it.
That's dangerous. That was that one they should have called the fair catch on.
Well, nobody went for the ball.
Oh, no, they didn't.
22, Daniel Tackett jumped on the ball at the 35.
You hate that for Dunn because I think he was probably about the closest to it, and he wasn't quite in the right spot.
Well, again, it comes down to the Southside season. It's been a game of mistakes, and there's another mistake by Southside. Big series here for the Southside defense. Need to get a stop here. I think Russellville probably run the football, and it's going to be a double reverse pass, and the man's wide open in the end zone. Let's see. Oh, what a good job. Oh, come on.
Pass is incomplete. Flag on the play.
That was good defense by Miles Selby. That was a nice defensive play. He was wide open. The ball hung up. Comes down, makes a play. The official blows the call.
Pass interference against the defense.
I love the call, though.
Oh, yeah, that's about like an onside kick, You're supposed to run that play whenever they're not expecting it. And ultimately, they're kind of playing on the house's money right here. They ended up getting that little pooch kick back. It's as good as an onside kick.
Yeah, this has been a game of momentum, too, going back and
Swings.
forth. Yeah, and right now Russellville has that momentum. Southside, as we had talked about, had 23 straight points. Now this is a chance for Russellville to get 2 touchdowns and make this a 2-score game. Got no backs in the backfield. This may be Jones running. Now they're going to bring a man in motion. Going to hand it off to that. That's an interesting call. He's going to get down to about the 15-yard line where Ethan Dunn, along with Daniel Morales there for the Southside defense. Be a gain of 4, brings up second down, 2nd and 6. We've got 8:35 to go here in the ball game. Southside trails 31-30.
Morales having a heck of a ball game.
Yeah, he's had a really solid ball game, and really the defensive line I think's played well tonight. It's just these teams have figured out you can pound the ball, and you've got some big guys there for Russellville, and you've got some speedsters, so you give them a different look each time. And I love the formations that they're running out of too. There's an inside handoff to Prince. He's going to fight his way down inside the 5-yard line and will be run out of bounds.
Prince on the carry.
Derek Lacey back over there.
Derek Lacey over there for the Maps.
Well, we talked about it more last year than this year, but when you got your cornerbacks and your safeties leading and tackling.
I've got this question too when I watch Southside right here, Terrell, is when they have something bad happen to them, like an interception or right there failing to recover the kick, the defense really struggles after that. Here's a keeper by Jones up the middle, is going to be hit and maybe get a yard on the play.
On the carry.
Well, it goes back to that word you're using in the first half, that old psyche.
It just seems like the whole game changes for Southside. When they were getting the momentum, they were making some plays, and then they kind of get back on their heels after that. Big series here. Obviously, Southside needs to stop. More importantly, though, Southside needs 2 scores here if we have any hopes of making a trip to Eastern Arkansas.
Yep.
So Again, second goal for the Cyclones. They'll bring a man in motion, going to do an inside pitch. That's a nice play. Well-designed play, guys. That's all you can say on that. They look like they were going to take it. You bring the man in the flat. You give it to your speedster over there, Marcellus Olsen Patton. Takes it to the house for the touchdown.
Well, we talked about it a little bit when it came to Southside, run those counter plays. You know, you got all that misdirection going on, and that's what they did right there. They did it with the big pass play that turned out would be a penalty, and they used that misdirection to score.
Perez in for the extra point. Extra point's up, and it's good.
And the kick is up and good.
It's now Russellville leading now 38-30. We got 7:17 to go here in the ball game.
You only have to score about 2 points per minute here, Keith. So,
well, again, the disappointing thing for the Mavs was the fact that you had 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. You end up taking the sack, having to punt the ball back away. Russellville takes advantage of that, drives down, gets a touchdown, and then the kickoff, no excuse for that. The ball's on the ground, and, you know, it lays there, and nobody gets on it except for Russellville hustled down, gets the recovery. And as I said, it kind of put the defense back on their heels, and that was kind of your ball game so far right now. But you still got 7:17 to go here. But your south side, your big issue is that two-point conversion now really plays big, because if you score a touchdown here and able to tie it up, you're going to have to go for two again to try to get to that 8 points.
That's it.
Well, I think right now for Southside, it's more or less just trying to get points out of this drive.
Yeah, right now it's just score. Just go score and do it in a hurry.
Perez, the kicker for Russellville.
Keith, I don't know what it is over there, but you're going to be leaving here with a critter of some sort.
It's my pet lizard. Somebody's got it over there. Here's the kickoff. It's a short kick again, and they're going to do exactly what you said, call for the fair catch.
Well, when it's in no man's land, I mean, and it's a tough one. I mean, I don't know how much time they get in, you know, practice to work on that little chip shot like that. So, you know, give Russellville credit. I mean, they found something that caused us a little bit of trouble.
But both teams have actually done a good job as far as Southside. You know, got the one on. They got one onside kick, and then I thought they would have had the other one. It looked like the Southside guy had a chance to get it before it went out of bounds. Big series here for the Mavs. They'll have 1st and 10 at their 29-yard line. Forsgren wants to throw. Throws the ball. It's going to be incomplete on a nice hit over there. Got the ball. Tried to get the ball to Zimmerman, but he's going to be separated from the ball by Malachi Varnell. Bring up 2nd and 10. What's Russellville doing different on defense, Terrell? What changes have they made?
I don't think they're dropping back pre-snap anymore. I think they're leaving those guys one-on-one. See how they're coming up to the line pre-snap? They're just playing a little tighter coverage.
Yeah, get the ball out to Jaden Webb. He makes a first man miss, and then will fight his way forward across midfield up to the 49-yard line.
That's the beauty for us right there, though, Keith. They play at press coverage.
Okay,
that guy right there will make you miss.
Yeah, he actually got to the 49-yard line and mark it back at midfield. Forsgren wants to throw, takes the ball deep down the field, and it should be a flag.
Yep,
going to be a flag there.
Good call, Keith.
Well, I'm just going to say this. If they're going to call the one down here in the end zone, they've got to definitely call that one.
Oh, boy. I don't like that. He's cramping up again, I think.
Hey, get this. The Razorbacks have a 22-point lead on Kansas.
I like that. Go, Coach Cal. Oh, Keith.
My question is, though, when you talk about the Razorback basketball team, I got to see Boogie Flan. Man, that's a name. That's a basketball name.
It's either a name or a dessert. I mean, it's one of the two.
I mean, you could get a little Casey and the Sunshine Band going with the Boogie Flan. They've got several good ones. It'll be a fun year for watching the Razorbacks, as we've got not sure what's going on here.
I think did they make us call a timeout for Key over there? He's up now, but he had cramps, I think.
They still got 3 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, so they just called official timeout.
And the Mavs need to answer here. They started this drive on their 29-yard line. Got 6:49. Still plenty of time in the ball game. And I'll tell you what, though, it's been a fun ball game tonight. Both teams really going back and forth, and you can kind of see the meaning for both teams.
Right.
You know, what this game
yeah,
carries.
They're both fighting hard, man. That's what I like. A little bit of late October football.
Even though it feels like late August.
Late September at the latest.
First down and 10.
It's been a fun night. We've got to see something in the stands. We think it may be a lizard. We're not sure, but. Again, Southside will step up. Forsgren will throw the ball. It's going to be complete. Not much there. They're going to get maybe 4 or 5 yards.
Forsgren complete.
Zim on the catch. Peyton Zimmerman.
Make that Kim Cannon. They got Zimmerman on the
I was going to wait to see if the PA guy was finally going to get it right.
He's listening to the feed, too.
Yeah. Again, second down, 2nd and 6 for the Mavs. There's a pass out going to be complete, and that's Kincannon makes the first man miss.
Complete to Kincannon.
Good catch there and good run by Joe.
Bounds at the 15. First down and 10, Mavericks.
Be 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. They started this drive on their 29-yard line. Still got 6:20 to go here. Going to throw a ball to the corner of the end zone. Intercepted.
Forsgren's pass intercepted. Bo Mosley in the end zone brings it all the way out to the 38-yard line.
I'm not sure on that play why you throw the ball that far to the corner. That's a low percentage play.
Well, it's almost like he was thinking it's supposed to be a little back shoulder fade, but the only person that did the back shoulder route was the other team.
Yeah, but that's almost throwing across the field when you.
That's a long ball.
Yeah, when you throw that play. So, and Southside fortunate that he didn't take that to the house.
Tell you what, that's some hustle to get back. I was thinking we might have a chance of popping that ball out too, but he protected it.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Russellville just try to pound that ball. They'll go strong left this time. Prince in the backfield, and they'll hand it off to Prince. Off the right side, there's a big hole, and it's going to be a foot race to the end zone, and he's not going to be caught as Lacey tries to get him, but he's going to get into the end zone for the touchdown.
Marcelo Blanchard Patton goes all the way. Touchdown. 62 yards.
62-yard run for the touchdown.
By Centennial Bank.
Well, I hate to call that a dagger, but I'd say it probably is.
Timeout, injury timeout.
I believe that was a running back that went down on the play. Yeah, that was a big play right there. But, again, the turnovers, 3 turnovers on the Mavs. You would call that a turnover on the kick because that's actually really a live ball.
Yep.
So.
Well, and if we touch it at all, then it becomes a fumble, I think. So.
Yeah, you are what you are, and that's what Southside is. It's been turnovers all year. It's been penalties. They obviously haven't been able to correct things to make things right. But anyway, Southside trails 44-30. A good comeback here by the Cyclones. Again, Terrell, I think the key was that drive. Southside had all the momentum, had 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line, and then weren't able to get points. And Russellville, to their credit, was able to come back, hit some big plays, and give their coaching staff some credit as far as being able to design some plays that were effective. They would line up and they would run plays, and you're thinking they're going that way, then they'd go back the other way. So they kept the Southside defense on their heels most of the ball game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, really, that was most of their big plays were those misdirection plays, like you said.
Yeah, and this young man's still down, so let's go ahead and take a timeout. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
Between life, work, and family, sometimes the person that you need to take care of the most is you.
At Fort Smith Therapy Health and Wellness, you're never alone. Through our counseling, we can help you regain control of your emotions, mental health, and life. We provide both face-to-face and virtual therapy services. Whether it's for your child, family, or yourself, Fort Smith Therapy is here to help your true self shine through.
Schedule your appointment today with Fort Smith Therapy.
The story of our family business starts back in 1878 when our ancestors settled in Old Town Van Buren and set up shop. We have been providing quality work, craftsmanship, with the finest materials available using time-honored and traditional methods. Providing quality service to the River Valley for 6 generations.
Welcome back to Cyclone Stadium. It's good to see the young man up. I think he's okay walking off, Terrell. That's good to see. Well, it's just a quick touchdown for the Cyclones as they've increased the lead now to 44-30. 5:52 to go here in the ball game.
Yeah, and it looks like they handed him a bottle of Gatorade, so you got to think it's probably just cramps.
Well, that's Olsen, I think, on the touchdown. He ought to have some because I think that's about his third long touchdown run tonight. So I love the way but like I said, I love the way these guys, the formations are setting up in. Here's the extra point by Perez, up and good.
The extra point is up.
It's now 45-30.
Jesus Perez. And the Cyclones go up 45, Fort Smith Southside 30.
Well, I guess you could kind of say this has really been a game of streaks.
It really has. I mean, you know, you go, I think, what was it, 23-0 run for us for a little while, and they've come back and done about the same thing, so.
Of course, you're now in a situation you got to score quick. You're going to be in your 2-minute offense, 5:52 to go here. So, as you would say never. So, you know, Mavs got to get some stuff going here. But how big is that, though? You had great field position down there. You throw the interception. That's a 14-point swing right there. You're down 15.
Well, and in a hurry, too. I mean, it happens just like that. It's just like lightning fast. What are they going to do right here, Keith?
Oh,
they're going to do something crazy.
Well, I know what they're going to do. They're going to kick it over to the right side.
Yeah. Like all night.
Yeah, it worked one time. I'll be shocked if they don't. Which I agree with that. You don't let Peyton Zimmerman have the ball.
No.
And that's exactly what they're going to do here. It's going to be fielded, and that's Jaden Webb. Yeah, Webb's had a good ball game tonight. He'll get the ball to the 40-yard line.
Jaden Webb on the return for Southside.
Got a flag on the play. Or well, maybe that was a tee. I guess that was the tee.
Brandon Flores on the tackle.
Southside will start this drive on their 40-yard line.
For the Mavericks.
Got to be quick. You still got all timeouts. So, I mean, you're still good there. You've got 5:46 to go. So, get you a quick score here, maybe get back in it. One thing Southside did, too, though, in the second half, they kind of got away from that running game.
They did.
Want to throw the ball here. It's going to be complete. That's Joe Kincannon. Kincannon's had a good ball game tonight. I believe that's his fourth catch of the night. Bring up second down, 2nd and 6 for the Mavs.
Second down and 6.
Warzian wants to throw again. He's going to be rushed out of his pocket. Fakes the throw. Now will run and throws the ball. It's going to be almost intercepted again.
Force's pass incomplete.
That's a tough combination, though, right there, Terrell. The fact is, you're at a position right now. Yeah, that ball was almost intercepted, but you've almost got to make that throw just because, I mean, you've got to make something happen, and he didn't have a lot of time to really react to it.
Well, and if nothing else, you got to stop the clock. Try to keep those timeouts.
Get third down for the Mavs. We've got 5:13 to go here in the ball game. Southside trails 45-30. Has Fox in the backfield. There's a pass out, going to be complete. Going to have the first down. That's Joe Kincannon again for the first down.
Jackson
And that's one thing that Blake Forrest has done a good job of tonight, though, is really done a good job of getting all four of his receivers involved in the ball game. First and 10 for the Mavs at the 46-yard line. Again, Forrester wants to throw here. He's got time. Will throw the ball complete to Jaden Webb. He's going to get inside the 25 and run out of bounds at about the 20-yard line.
Run out of bounds by Olson Patton.
This is the kind of drive you need right here, Terrell. They've not used, I don't think we've even used a minute yet. We've got 5:01 to go here.
Got all your timeouts.
Again, Forrest's going to look to throw the ball. He's still looking, going to run, and going to be hit and dropped out at about an 8-yard loss.
Tackled on the play. Nicholas Hallmark made the play. Timeout, injury timeout.
We've got an injured Maverick on the play, and with that injury timeout, let's go ahead and take one, too. You're watching Southside Maverick football on the Maverick Sports Network.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Welcome back to Cyclone Stadium. We've got 4:44 to go here in the ball game. Southside trails 45-30. We've got an injured Maverick on the field, and again, Terrell, it looks like it's going to be some cramps over there. That's kind of been, that's 3 or 4 players tonight we've had that have gone down with cramps.
Well, not just us. I mean, it's both sides of the football. Just, the weather's getting cooler, but it ain't cool. So
I don't know what part of the state you're in, but I'm still kind of waiting on that just a little bit. But nonetheless, it'll be second down, second, and that was Jaden Webb. He's able to walk off under his own power.
Barely. Man, he's struggling.
They bring up second down, second and 19. We've got 4:44 to go here in the ball game. Southside trails 45-30. Need a quick score here. Doing a good job so far, really working the sideline. And
second down.
I'm not sure why the clock started, because it was there's a pass going to be complete because the ball was out of bounds.
Incomplete.
All right, so here's just some strategy, Keith. Do you try to figure out a way to tie here
Third down and 18.
so that you can win by 8 in overtime?
Well, you got to do what you could do. I mean, that's about all they can do right now, because they're actually they're going to have to go for 2 at some point. I don't think if Southside can get in the end zone here, now it's going to be tough with third down, third and 19, but I think you kick the extra point to start out, and then, you've got to go to overtime. I mean,
that's really all you got.
Yeah. Got a whistle on the play.
On the play.
I think we have an offsides call on the Cyclones. It's a big call right there. That'll bring it up, make it third down, third and 13.
Third and makeable.
And again, he says 14, so I've got 13. I've got him on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can go to the video replay for this one.
Again, Southside go trip set wide side of the field. Forrest's going to do a run play. Good call there. We'll get it inside the 10, down to the 10-yard line. Like the call.
Forrest on the carry.
That one's really been there all night.
Magnus Golden on the tackle. That's enough for a first down and goal.
Southside needs to hurry up here. We've got 4:27 to go here. Clock stop now will start on the marking of the ball as Forrest wants to throw. Has all day, and now has an open man. That's Walking Fox, who was open at about the 5-yard line. Going to get sacked in the backfield, and
Forrester sacked on the play. Jared Peter got to it.
you've got precious time running off the clock. We're down to 4 minutes exactly to go in the ball game.
Loss of 8 on the play.
Bring up second and goal from the 18-yard line. Forrester wants to throw, throws it over the middle. It's going to be dropped. Incomplete. That was
there. We go.
Yeah, that was Wilson Key. Got a flag on the play. Tell you that breeze kind of blowing now feels pretty
Feeling good. Been waiting all night for that.
The only question is it's blowing in Southside's face right now.
Yeah.
Against the defense, half the distance to the goal line.
That's half the distance, but you don't get the down over,
Nope.
and it's at least we'll move it in and make it a very makeable second down for the Mavs. Spotted just inside the 10-yard line. We've got 3:48 to go here.
Second down and goal at the 9-yard line.
So you're pretty much about where you were at to start this drive, this series of downs. Here's a pass to the end zone. Touchdown, Southside.
There you go.
Southside. Forsgren complete
I think it was Peyton Zimmerman on the catch.
to Zimmerman for the score.
Okay, your question here is you kick the extra point and then go for two, because if you don't make the two here,
Doesn't matter.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's over. Yeah.
Russellville going to take their last timeout.
Timeout Russellville. This timeout sponsored by.
Well, the good thing is if you can come back in this ball game, at least Russellville has no time to stop the clock.
Yeah, that's right.
And obviously you know what's coming next. It's going to be an onside kick. I kind of like that one that Southside did, though. I think I'd go with that little pooch kick.
It's right up in the middle.
No, actually it was on the sideline, and Russellville really wasn't ready for that one. That's a tough one because your up guys have to go back to try to get the ball, and that's not an easy play. And I think Southside would have had it the first time. One of the Southside players dived for it, and the ball just went out of bounds.
I like the one where kicker ran over and got it.
That was a nice play. He shielded the guy and then got the ball.
Well, because he's, if you think about it, he's going to have guys on both sides of him blocking for him. They're going to hit somebody. If they get there in time, they're going to hit the closest man to the ball. And, I've seen some of those kickers, they'll catch that ball and take off running and get way down there in enemy territory.
See what the Mavs want to do here.
After the timeout, Southside will line up for the two-point conversion.
Mavs will go two receivers either side of the field. It's a good drive by Southside, though, coming down and getting some points here. And they did it fairly quick with 3:43 to go here in the ball game. As Forsgren looks at throw, will throw the ball. It's going to be complete, and he got it.
And the two-point conversion is good.
Yeah, he was knocked out of the end zone, but he caught it in the end zone. I'm trying to see, was that Kincannon?
I think it's Kincannon.
That was a nice catch because he was drilled.
Yeah. I'm impressed he held on to that one.
Yeah, Russellville's trying to question it, but he was in the end zone when he got hit. Of course, now that brings to your next point. If Southside's able to come back and score a touchdown, you've really got to kick the extra point, go to overtime, and hope that you can get a hold and then touchdown two-point conversion.
I mean, I wasn't sure quite what the rules are on that, but, I mean, you got to win by 8 in this one.
It's been a fun game, though.
It has been.
A lot of strategy in this ball game, and
true football chess match.
Each team's done some things. I like what Southside did on that series. Again, Forsgren doing a good job of finding different receivers, and there was a big offsides penalty too that was called on Russellville that set them up to get another first down, and then you had the pass interference penalty that got Southside. Basically was able to move the ball back up and get them another down. As Southside's going to go, I'd pooch this one.
Right behind your deepest man. I mean, that'd be utter chaos.
Going to do an onside kick again, and let's see. Southside may have it. Let's see.
Officials timeout.
I don't like them talking about it. I want to see the replay on that one based on the way they're looking.
illegal touching on the kicking team.
I think that was the right call.
And the penalty will result in the Russellville Cyclones having first down and 10 at the 49-yard line.
I think the Mavs did actually touch the ball before it got 10 yards. Now your defense needs to step up, get a quick hold. You got 3:42. You'll probably go ahead. Well, you still got 3:42. You could maybe hold off on one timeout and maybe take two, force a punt, get the ball back with roughly 3 minutes to go. And Southside did a good job of moving down the field, so you never know. And this is where you can talk about, Terrell, your 1 minute increments and, see what happens. Again, they'll go with one back in the backfield with Luke Jones. Southside going to bring some heat here. Here's a handoff to the running back, and there's a big hole. Gets across the 45-yard line up to about the 42-yard line. Right now, if you're Southside, if you gave them a good gain on that, so if they pick up the first down, I don't think you start taking your timeouts till after that first down.
But it's tricky. You take them too early, and that's the game, So.
Well, and Russellville doing a good job of really lining up and just pushing that pile down, getting positive yardage.
Down and 3.
I don't know why, but the officiating has let a lot of time run off the clock.
Yeah, and then they were going to reset the play clock, I think. Give them another 25 seconds.
They ran a good 15 seconds off the clock.
And then we're trying to reset it.
Yeah, this should be, well, we'll see what they do with the 25-second clock. But
clock is reset to 3:25.
Okay. I'll agree with that.
Yeah, I think that's the right way to do it. I think what happened was that play clock had been running. They didn't reset it on time, so they had to get the clock right.
So Russellville coach wants to get that clock running. They ran it one time, though, when it should have been stopped on an out-of-bounds play. Again, second down, 2nd and 3. There's an inside handoff, and he's going to fight his way down. I think going to spot him about half a yard short. I don't think you take the time out here. I think
Sam Callahan on the carry. 3rd down and 1.
3rd down, 3rd and 1. If they get the first down here, you still, you're getting
it's tricky,
tough territory right now because
you got to stop the clock somehow.
Yeah, but you're going to have to get a stop. I mean, you can't give them 7-8 yards on first down. Southside going to sell out here. There's a handoff, and he's going to have the first down.
Prince on the carry, and that's enough for another Russellville Cyclone. That first down brought to you by Phil Wright Autoplex.
See what Southside wants to do here. Mavs going to take a timeout here with 2:17 to go. And what you can hope for is maybe get a couple of quick stops and then force a punt. You should have roughly about a minute and a half left to go in the ball game if that happens.
Yeah, best case scenario, we just knock the ball out right here. And
again, it's
scoop and score.
Again, it's a game of turnovers. Southside, at some point, you would hope would win the turnover battle. They got one turnover, the Dom Parkinson interception, but then you had the 2 interceptions and the kick that was recovered, which actually I consider that a fumble and a turnover. So that's 3 times you gave him the ball back. And really the one that hurt the most, well, obviously the first one they got a touchdown on the interception, but that second interception we were driving down to score really hurt.
Well, now hold on now. So if you count that pooch kick as a turnover, then you got to say Southside's got onside kick.
No, there's a difference between the two, and the difference is Southside should have recovered that. Nobody tried to recover it.
Okay, I'll give you that. I think that's a fair point.
That's a fair point because really nobody they let the ball lay there. Somebody should have been going. Somebody was responsible for recovering that ball because it was just a poot. They were doing the same thing they've done the whole game.
True.
And we played it poorly.
Yeah.
So simple as that. And now your game's come down to now maybe one first down is your ball game. Going to go with that stack formation. It's been very effective for the Cyclones tonight. Here's an inside handoff. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. It may be 1 yard. Southside going to take a timeout here. 2:13 to go here.
Timeout.
So you're saying there's a chance.
This has just been one of those years. I don't know. It's Southside's going to, if they can't come back, they're going to drop to 0-5 in the conference. Yeah. This team is not an 0-5 team. No. I don't think it is.
We'll have 2nd down and 8.
No, and you just wonder if it's the different conference. You didn't really see them on film the last 5-6 years, whatever, and so it's like you kind of had to come up with a whole new game plan for these guys.
Well, that's kind of both ways, though.
Yeah,
that's both ways. And I mean, you can look at each game and you can name just the things that we weren't able to do, and then you look back and you're thinking, we took some teams that are 3 of the top 5 teams in the state. We took them down to the wire.
Yep.
And it was our mistakes eventually caught to us at the end, and that's again what's happened tonight. It was last week was the same thing, and I don't know. 2nd down, 2nd and 8, 2:13 to go here. Again, Southside will take a quick timeout if they can get a stop here. We're going to try to bring a little inside heat, and it's going to be a nice game inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Southside will take their last timeout.
Final timeout.
I don't believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe that Russellville's punted one time tonight.
No, I don't remember them punting.
No, they punted one time because I remember Wilson Key was back to return the punt. It was actually the first series of the ball game.
Okay, there you go. Oh, yeah, 3 and out. Yep.
Got 2:07 to go here in the ball game against Southside Trails, 45-38. 3rd down, 3rd and about 4. Actually, yeah, 3rd down. Southside's really trying to plug up every hole there, but Russellville doing a good job of finding space to get positive yardage.
Yeah, I think they've got a little inside double team with the center and the guard. That's tough.
One thing I like about this stadium, too, is we can look over in the corner of the end zone. You've got that big screen that they play the game on, and it just kind of adds to this, to this place. What we talked about, what a really nice place it was. You've got the hedges down there that say Cyclones. And here we go, a big play here, 3rd down, 3rd and 4. I think they might, well, obviously they'll go for it here if they don't get it. Here's a pitch out, and he's going to have the 1st down and cuts it back to the inside. They might as well let him score.
Yeah.
He fumbles.
Ball's out. That ball was out, and he threw the fumble beanbag.
Southside got it.
So, Keith, you sure you want him to score? You want to let him score right there?
Well, that was about your only hope.
That's right.
Yeah, that was a tough break for
you. You got to have hope, Keith. You got to have hope.
It's been nice being able to call ball games with Rick Schaefer.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Southside has a chance, so they've got to go 85 yards. They've got 1:56 to go here with no timeouts. Did a very good job on the last series of really working the sidelines and getting some plays. As one thing I've noticed that they've done, too, and there's a pass going to be incomplete, and that's one you want incomplete.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Russellville's kind of changed their defense, too. They've gone to standing up instead of being down.
Well, and really, they've only got 2 linemen rushing right now. They got one guy that's kind of a blitzer that's really coming from the edge, but.
Forsner going to keep it here. And that's a play that you like right there, Terrell. He's going to get a 1st down.
The one where he uses the official as a blocker, as a lead blocker. I do love that play.
Well, it's one I'm thinking of. He's not going to be able to get out of the way of it. So
That's right.
They'll start the clock up. I love that call, though. It kind of opens up your game just a little bit and didn't take a lot of time. Oregon has time to throw the ball. Not anybody open on the play. They'll throw the ball. It's going to be incomplete. Good coverage.
Pass incomplete.
I've not really figured out what their defense is. They were actually all seemed like they were in man coverage.
Second down
with a safety over the top. It's really, I think, just a prevent look that they're doing here.
Got 1:29 to go here in the ball game. Be second down, second and 10 for the Mavs.
Now they're going back to a little bit more of that traditional D line, just standing up in the gun stance.
Going to put some pressure on the quarterback. He's going to be hit. Ball's on the ground.
Fumble on the play. I think Merkel was the one that made the play. Cyclone defense cuts.
I don't think he was blocked.
No, he wasn't. No, I think they had actually 5 of them coming that time, and he came clean.
Now they could go in victory formation here, take 2 snaps, and that'll be your ball game. Southside. I like this victory formation. They're going to put Prince back there about 20 yards back. Take no chances here as Luke Jones will take the snap. Southside 4 turnovers tonight.
Luke Jones takes in the second down.
They'll just have to run, should have to run maybe one more play. There's going to be able to run this down to about 40 seconds and then take one more snap, and that'll be your ball game. Again, Southside will be home next week as they'll be back at Jim Rowland Stadium to take on the Greenwood Bulldogs. Kind of a battle at Sebastian County next week.
South Sebastian County rivalry.
That'll be your ball game. They will not have to run another play as the play clock's about 1 second ahead of the game clock. That'll be your ball game. Russellville going to win here as Southside will be eliminated from the state playoffs. And I'll tell you, Terrell, it's been a year after the way the season started. You watch the Southside team, first 3 ball games looked pretty good, were able to beat Northside, but since then, you never dreamed Southside would be sitting here at 0-5 in conference.
No, especially after that start. I mean, I think this whole team was pumped up after that big Northside W. And especially, you started out that game down 21-0 right off the bat, come back to win it. Then you had like you said, a good 3-week stretch there that, you're feeling real good to be a Maverick. And, they say, the wheels fell off the wagon.
Well, it was typically the way it happened. You had the interceptions. You didn't recover the ball when it was on the ground, and then to end the game, you had another turnover. So one thing I will say about Southside, not as many penalties tonight. If you want to look on a bright side, look on another bright side, I think you've got to say that I thought Joaquin Fox had a good ball game tonight, along with Jaden Webb. Have a good ball games for Southside, and then I thought your defensive line played well tonight. It was just a game where, it was, it's the same thing that's been happening all year. Turnovers have pretty much done us in, and they did it again tonight as Southside falls 45-38.
Yeah, really the only thing you get on the defense about, for the most part, was, there were a couple times where we had some, inopportune penalties that, kept those drives alive that they very well could have made a difference in the outcome of the game. So,
well, another thing, too, on the defense, they gave up some big plays. There were several big plays, but you look at the big plays, and then when you talk about that, what you've got to really say about that, though, and I made this point earlier, is when the bulk of the big plays that were made were after Southside mistakes.
Sure.
When your defense is back on their heels, they're not expecting to be back on the field. They go back out there, and then it's like, boom, a quick 7. And a lot of work you do as the game goes on, well, it's gone because of the mistakes. And it's what it is. Southside going to drop to 0-5 here. They'll be, I guess that makes them 3-5 on the season. They'll return home to Jim Rowland Stadium to take on the Greenwood Bulldogs. Terrell, final thoughts of tonight's ball game?
Well, we knew going into this one you had to win. You had to win by 8. And, so you just hate it for those guys down there in the jerseys. I mean, they've been fighting their hind ends off, and you hate for those guys to go home tonight knowing that in a couple weeks that's it. It's always disheartening for a football team, but or any team for that matter. But especially for these guys, they like we talked about. They came out, had that just kind of wonderful start to the season. You thinking, all right, here we go. This is our year, and it didn't turn out to be our year.
Well, it comes down to, and I made this point earlier, you are what you are. We're a team that makes a lot of mistakes in the ball game, a lot of turnovers, a lot of things that, I don't know. I'm kind of frustrated in the sense because I see some talent out there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think these receivers are as good as anybody is going to put out there on the field. I think Jaden Webb, working him both ways, has done a really good job, and it's just one of those things that, sometimes it's a mystery, and that's why you play the game. And you see games like last week, you didn't expect Van Buren to come in there and just really stick it to us like they did, and that was very unexpected. And Southside came out with some fight tonight, but it wasn't enough. I thought good effort there in the second half, but I go back to the one series, Terrell, where we had 1st and 10 on the 28-yard line, and we ended up throwing the interception, and to me, that was your ball game.
Yeah, well, and, you called it. I mean, he's throwing from the opposite side of the field, and it just hung up there a little bit too long, kind of back shoulder faded the wrong team. But from that point on, you're just behind. You're behind the chains. You're behind on the scoreboard, and I don't know. You said it earlier in the game. You're kind of behind in the psyche game.
Yeah, and it makes it tough, and it's what it is. So, again, Southside will return next week. There'll be final home game at Jim Rowland Stadium next week. We'll take on the Greenwood Bulldogs. 2 weeks we'll go down and play Sideline Springs, and we'll finish out the season, and, there's a lot of things you look at and say, well, if we could have done this. I mean, there's a lot of things. It's not just 1 or 2 things.
That's right.
There's a lot of things that contribute to get you where you're at, but it's frustrating the fact, and I think this team is competitive enough. I don't see teams coming in here just blowing us off the field. It's just pretty much our mistakes that we make week in, week out have been the difference, and for some reason or another, we just haven't been able to get over those mistakes, and that's kind of been our season this year, and that's why the Mavs sit at 0-5 in the conference. I think at the first of the season, if someone had told me we'd be 0-5 right now,
no way.
No, crazy. You're crazy. There's no way, but we are. That's what it is, and we'll go out next week as again Southside will return home to Jim Rowland Stadium to take on the Greenwood Bulldogs. Terrell, I thank you tonight. It was a fun job tonight. We had a great time. We got to actually sit out in the crowd, which I thought was a lot of fun because I went to the press box and it was about 110 degrees in there with Mason Piper had to deal with that. So fun out here, fun to hang out with the crowd, a great group of people here from Russellville, and just a beautiful facility, and a good ball game tonight, but Southside falls again 45-38. We want to thank everybody for watching the ball game tonight. Hope if you can't make it out to Jim Rowland Stadium next Friday night, hope you can tune in on the Maverick Sports Network. Again, Southside falls 40-38. We'll see you next Friday night at Jim Rowland Stadium as we take on the Greenwood Bulldogs. Everybody have a great weekend, and go Mavs!